If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
I don't want it.
Tobin Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. What is a star? Like another city, the driver's side flyer. Gucci get large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wondering what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Tommy Hunt.
Wait, no. I'm not laughing at Tommy Hunt. Tommy Hunt was serious, right? And me and Tobin looked at each other and went, that ain't gonna happen.
That's never gonna happen.
That's never gonna happen. Like, because I think people literally think we're gonna fist fight, and we just laugh.
Yeah.
Like it's funny.
Yeah, we're not gonna turn into Shannon, Sharpe, and Skip Bayless. That's not gonna happen.
Dude, you know what though?
You called it. By the way, Leroy called this. What is it? When was the last? What was that? It was the DeMar Hamlin thing. That was the last straw.
Thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's say that's 6 months ago.
Yep. I said, no way. No, because here's the thing that you have to understand about that situation. The only person that was in a no-win situation is Shannon Sharpe. No matter how mad he gets, if he should happen to blow up, if he should happen to go get Skip, would be well-deserving. He's the only one that could come out of that situation looking bad. So whenever you're in a situation like that in life, whether it's relationship, whether it's work, whether it's get out. You're putting yourself in a situation where nothing good can come out of it. And that's what he did. And I'm cool with that. And you know what? It's not like they didn't try to make it work, because they did. And Shannon gave Skip opportunities to kind of just calm things down.
Well, they wanted,
and instead he doubled down.
Yeah, the thing that he wanted was an apology about the tweet, and then Skip Bayless, like, they butted heads at the boss about that, and then apparently Shannon Sharpe's, he's like, listen, I've been doing this show. What has he been doing that show now? 10 years?
Long time.
7 years.
7 years. So same as we've been doing, right. And it's like, he wanted an equal, footing on the show, and it's it's always Skip's show. You're on my show. It's like, no, I've been doing the show forever. Shannon Sharpe's had a lot of broadcasting success since, with his podcast, viral moments, all that type of stuff, shaking the Grizzlies out of their shoes, all that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, you called it. I'm not, you can't say you're surprised by it.
I'm not at all. And you know what? Sometimes you do things because a better situation presents itself and you find a way out. But there's other moments where it is too toxic in your life to have that situation in a circumstance that is not supposed to be that serious, right? It's not. Like, look, we make serious comments. We talk about serious topics. But this is not that serious to get all worked up to where you have to look at the man across from you and you want to rip his bleeping head off just when he talks. That's too toxic. The only person that could lose in this situation is Skip. Is Shannon, right? Skip ain't gonna never lose.
Not that network, no.
Especially a black man sitting across from Skip Bayless. So kudos to him for just leaving that toxic situation.
Supposedly, too, a lot of the things had to do with, he's got a very close relationship with LeBron James, who obviously, Skip Bayless and LeBron James. It's the most public, backlash from a commentator nationally. Like his whole identity, his whole career is built off of ripping LeBron James. And you have a guy who's legitimately close with LeBron, like almost closer than friends,
uncle and nephew.
It's like super close. So yeah, I'm sure that had to get awkward for Shannon too. And they're probably like, dude, come work, come. If Shannon doesn't want to do his own platform thing, which a lot of people are doing very successfully, I'm sure he could go work at, do something under LeBron's banner too.
But here's the thing. Like, you can say what you want about LeBron. You can say what you want about what bothers you about LeBron. Okay? That's kind of a you problem. And Skip has taken it for 20 years. Think about that. He has been relentless, never let up to the guy who has scored more points in a sport that Skip covers than anybody in the history of the sport. At some point, you got to sit your ass down and tip your hat. Right? That's it. You do. At some point. There's nothing else to... Look, you have your thing with LeBron. You could go back. You can talk about all the things you want to talk about LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't deny what this man has done. He's never been in trouble. So you're going to comment on something else. It's like, we need to comment on LeBron about something. He ain't never in no trouble. So let's just comment on some of the things he says. That's ridiculous. So, like, yeah, enough is enough. I get you can be petty for life. Part of it because how you feel about when he left the Heat. I get that. I get Heat fans.
Mm-hmm.
I've never fought you on it. I fight you on it, but I'm just,
You have fought me on it.
I fought you on it, but I get it.
But I've never said LeBron is a bum.
Right.
Just a rat thing.
But to say, but what has he done to Skip?
I don't know.
Right. To where Skip has made it his priority in his career to go at LeBron whenever he has a chance. That sounds like jealousy. That's what you do when you wish you had the success of somebody else, is you try everything you can.
Yeah, but it's a weird thing to be jealous about because, like, in their platforms, like Skip Bayless has taken his path as a sports talker. He's been as successful as a sports talker, whether you like him or hate him. I mean, he's been as successful as a sports talker as anybody. I don't know why that would keep fueling him, but maybe he just feels like he has such a. I think from the things that I've heard of Skip Bayless, who I've heard nice man off camera, but I've also heard that he does take his takes very seriously. Like he thinks that his sports takes are gospel, whereas I am a harbor of misfortune and strife.
But here's the deal. Here's the other thing. And I'm gonna just put this out there. And I don't know how accurate it may or may not be. But think of the people that he's had a problem with. Opinionated Stephen A. Opinionated Shannon Sharpe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those are the type of people you want on a show to go back and forth.
For sure.
But he always seems to they have a problem with him or he has a problem with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand. You can't be the only guy with a hot take, Skip.
Right.
That's the whole point of the show.
Yeah.
And you need to respect somebody else's hot take.
Part of the thing that got Stephen A. and Max, split up is because Mac Kellerman was too reasonable. I mean, he had some dumb ones. I mean, like, listen, the Tom Brady.
You can't be reasonable and be dumb.
Huh?
You can't be reasonable.
No, I mean, he has the infamous Tom Brady one, which Tom Brady still rubs in his face about falling off a cliff, and he's won 4 Super Bowls since he said he fell off a cliff.
Right, but like,
it's gotten the best of all of us.
I don't understand in this business. Why do we have to go there? Like you can't just have a radio show with opinions or whatever. You have to go there to where you have to say something that gets you noticed or whatever. And it usually backfires. Okay? But here's the problem. When you're on ESPN, when you're on the 4-letter network, they just keep it moving.
They just keep it moving.
Because Greeny isn't like, we should be flogging him on national
Greeny
TV.
should be in humiliation
He should be humiliated. Because guess what? When he was saying the Celtics are going to come back and win this. The whole time I was saying, okay, good. I'll go with history. 0%.
I think the place where I remember the place where like I always thought, man, this stuff is just shameless. Is like when Paul Feinbaum wore the turnover chain. And I was like, oh, so you just get to be part of the clown show now,
right,
like, you bastard.
But like I don't understand. Like, look, you can have hot takes. Your takes can be unique, but they can't be stupid. Because the more people see them, the more ridiculous you sound.
Well, there you go. We get to more important things. We have a team starting a fight for a championship.
Game night!
It's game night, dude. All right, get some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? As Leroy goes and gets the trucks, we know.
Trucks.
Red truck today for the heat.
Red truck for the heat, dude.
Hold on.
What else you got?
I'm sorry.
He's like a magician going in his bag.
I really
Bag
should be
of
doing
tricks.
this.
White hot?
White hot.
White hot. There you go.
Well, there we go.
NBA Finals begin tonight. Heat, Nuggets, Game 1, 8:30 tip-off tonight, allegedly. Coverage begins at 7 o'clock right here on 560 WQM with pre-heat. Getting you going. That is coming from Denver. We will hear from Erik Spoelstra coming up. He is once again a madman. Marlins win last night over the Padres, 2-1. Fish scored a pair in the ninth. Gene Segura tying things
That's
up. Nick
crazy.
Fortes.
All this hitting power and the Padres can't score.
Well,
they did a good job the night before.
Yeah.
But they scored 5 runs in the last inning. But
so you got that. We talked about the Shannon Sharpe thing, and then Monty Williams. He is signed up to be eventually
got the bag.
Got the bag because he got the bag to eventually be fired by the Detroit Pistons. 6 years, $78 million. Good luck, Monty.
Dude, oh my goodness.
You got a bag, though.
You know what? Here's the deal.
Guaranteed.
Here's the deal.
78 mil.
You know what says I'm a bad organization? 6 years, 78 million. Because you got to convince somebody to come coach this team.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Right? Like,
I think he didn't want it.
Guess what? You know who pays $4 million a year? The Lakers.
Who's paid more for coaches than because you remember they gave Stan Van Gundy a ton of money too to be president and coach. Like nobody gives more money out than the Pistons to their coaches.
Right.
Please coach us. Please. We'll take a quick break. We'll hear from your Heat head coach, and I want to give official picks right off the bat today.
Really?
I want to give official picks.
Okay.
Coming up next, we'll hear from Erik Spoelstra. Back after this.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore
560 WQAM. Waiting for Leroy to gallivant back here. Before that, though, I want to let you guys know it's May. Dave and Buster's month continues here. If you guys want to get yourself a $250 gift card, go to WQM.com, enter on the contest page, and you could win yourself a place to have a watch party all night. You watch the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, all that stuff over at Dave and Buster's. So get on over WQAM contest page. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave & Buster's in Hollywood. Your Florida Panthers, they had their last practice yesterday before heading off to Las Vegas, just like our friend Lord Stanley. Lord Stanley was in the studio yesterday, and
I saw that.
Dude, Mike Bolt, who is the keeper of the cup. What his job? The things that man must have seen all over the place. I'm going on Denver radio later today. They don't know what they're in for. Big mistake.
What's up?
I don't know. I can't keep track, Vlad. They're all hounding for heat hot takes. But it's the first time I've gone on, I think, in enemy territory. They don't know what they're in for. They're gonna get trolled. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Are you gonna take shots at Jokic?
Oh, of course. Where would the fun be without it?
Oh man.
I do find this to be. Here's the thing, though. I do find this to be. It's such an interesting series for the Heat in that there's not a lot of animosity from both sides. You know, they even tried drumming it up yesterday with the whole incident from 2 years ago with that, and Jimmy's like, yeah, but Markeith's not on the team anymore. And even Jimmy's like, the guy I was talking to wasn't Jokic in that beef. Like, he goes, the guy knows who he is, but he's not. It wasn't Jokic. So like, people are trying to drum up stuff, and they just can't get these teams to bite. Like, there's a lot of respect. Spo was saying yesterday, he's like, in a lot of ways with Denver, we see a lot of ourselves, not necessarily in the way that we play, but in the lack of treated, how the lack of credit. Like, there's a lot of that same thing. And he also said that in the bubble, he goes, I don't know if this means anything or doesn't mean anything. He goes, but like the teams that were fishing together, us in Denver, like there just seems to be a lot of parallels in the way the franchises carry themselves. So they can't do anything. Like today, they're trying to twist this comment that Aaron Gordon made into saying, is Jimmy Butler harder to guard than KD or LeBron? And I'm like, I listened to that Aaron Gordon clip yesterday. I didn't get any of that from what he was saying. Do you have this, Vlad? This was Aaron Gordon not yesterday. This is 2 days ago on the challenge of Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy's a difficult cover for different reasons than the guys I've guarded in the past, like KD and LeBron, Cat. Jimmy does everything. You know, he does all the intangible things. He gets out in transition. He gets cuts. He gets offensive rebounds. He gets back doors. He gets spin outs. You know, he does a lot of the game within the game, as well as being really skilled. You know, so he's a difficult cover. Just make it tough for him. Play without fouling to the best of my ability, and you just compete. You know, that's really what it comes down to.
I mean, it's like, yeah. I mean, Jimmy Butler. Hey, by the way, guys. Hey, Jimmy Butler's a good player, and there are things about him that make him unique and tough to cover. It's okay. He's not taking a shot at LeBron and KD.
Right, but see, and that's the thing. Like, you get ready for the NBA Finals and the NHL, the hockey Stanley Cup, right? Yet you still have to fabricate interest. Like, no,
it's crazy. And
you don't have to do that, because guess what? 2 weeks ago, you didn't give a damn about Denver or Miami.
They started off today saying, did Erik Spoelstra give the Nuggets bulletin board material? I'm like, for what? Commenting on the air? Like, who is getting riled up in the Nuggets locker room for Erik Spoelstra saying he doesn't give a rat's ass about altitude? He's a beautiful maniac. Like, you're not going to get Erik Spoelstra with this stuff. And by the way, I did say this yesterday, and I do believe it. Michael Malone trying to bring it up. I was like, I think that's head games. I think that's like when you're trying to bring that up, I think he's trying to mention, oh, it's like, look, they have a lot of success at that home place. Honestly, they haven't been as good a road team this year at all. Like, they clearly have something that goes on there that they get an advantage at home. But you think
the finals at home, though?
You think Erik Spoelstra Maniac. You thought you were going to get him with an altitude question? Did you hear what Erik Spoelstra had to say yesterday?
No.
This is Erik Spoelstra yesterday when he was asked about the altitude. Laughed at it.
We're not even getting into any of that stuff. Our guys are in great shape. They're ready to compete. If Denver wants to tip this thing off at the top of Everest, we'll do that. This thing is going to be decided between the four lines. They also got to come back to Miami if we want to make it about that. We'll turn off the air conditioning. They got to play in 90-degree humidity, sap the S out of their legs. This thing is going to be decided between those four lines. And we'll decide it then.
Oh, when you start tapping
pounding
that
the
table,
table?
you pounding that table.
This dude is locked in right now, man. You're not shaking Erik Spoelstra. I got to be honest with you, Leroy. When I heard that clip, I already knew it. You knew I was going to pick the Heat. I mean, let's be honest. But when I heard that clip, I'm like, dude, Denver's in trouble.
Here's the thing.
They're in trouble, dude.
Here's the thing.
They're in trouble, Leroy.
And here's what I would say to ESPN. The last time you've had a situation like this was with Detroit. Yet nobody's ever brought it up. The whole playoffs, they were talking about how Detroit was going to get crushed.
Yep. They were the last, I believe.
Then they went up against Kobe and Shaq. And they said, oh, this is a sweep. No chance.
They were the last, I think, underdog at this level of betting to win.
Are we forgetting 2011?
With who?
With
Dallas
Dirk.
in Miami? Okay.
Not
Don't tell me not. That was the big three.
People thought Dallas was going to get buzzsawed.
Yeah.
They did, but come on, not like that. Though.
Game 2 is still one of the saddest games I've been to up until probably last week. Like the last 2 years, up until those last two, the toughest game I've been to in person is Game 2 of the finals with the Heat blowing that lead.
Up until Game 6 of the Eastern Conference?
No, last year.
Oh.
That's what I said. These last 2 years with Game 6 and Game 7, witnessing those in person, up until that point, Game 2 was the toughest one I've been to. I was like, oh, terrible. No, dude. But when Erik Spoelstra was saying that, I was just like, this dude. I'm sorry. He's not. And I think the thing that's funny about it, here's the thing that's funny about it. I have a lot of respect for Denver. I know how good Jokic is, but I find the Denver dominance talk now so insincere from the media.
That's my point.
They're glomming onto something. And by the way, we really should, Leroy, let's thank ESPN today. We're doing the wrong thing. We should thank them because they've given the Heat a whopping 11% chance to win the series.
We're still doing this?
11%.
Hold on.
So I just want to say thank you, ESPN, for our extra 8% going into this series.
Are we still doing this?
Thank you.
11, they don't stop. They double down.
11%. Thank you.
11%.
Thank you.
They had they have 3% against
Boston.
And so let's think about it this way. Say what you want about ESPN. They have more of a chance against Denver.
Yeah.
And they beat
That's why I want to thank them.
Yeah,
I don't want to rip you. Thank you, ESPN. We're so grateful for your extra 8%. Thank you. But let me just tell you something, dude. You guys can fake it through you make it all you want with this whole you love Denver. You don't love Denver. You didn't pick them against the Lakers.
Nope.
You didn't pick them against the Suns.
Nope.
Don't act all of a sudden. I walked up today. I walked through the Citadel today. They have a giant screen in the Citadel, right? And they have ESPN on. And it literally said on there, is Denver the next Warriors dynasty? I laughed. I'm like, ha! Really? That's what you're going with? You have to try and say this could be the next dynasty? Are you effing kidding me? Like, come on, dude. You guys don't love. You guys made a campaign against Jokic this year to not win a third MVP. Let's be real about it. Now you guys want to kiss their ass. Nah, dude. I'm not here to say they're not good. I think they got a lot of talent. Jokic is one of the most impressive players I've ever watched live. The guy, the way he can dictate the game and pass these things. But like, dude, you guys said the same thing about the Heat against Giannis. No chance. You said the same. You guys didn't think they were going to beat the Knicks. Didn't think they were. No, Vlad, they didn't. Every pundit said that, oh, I think the Knicks are going to out-hustle them because they love the New York Knicks. Then, boy, your precious little Celtics wilted. So now all of a sudden, you're going to sit here and you're going to try and act like Denver is God's gift to basketball. They're good. Respect. But respectfully, you're losing in 6. Respectfully, your thin air isn't going to be thin enough. You're going to need to put this on the moon. F. Everest. You need to put this on the moon with no oxygen to have a shot against Jimmy Buckets. And by the way, you're going to sit here and say, oh, Joker, he's so unstoppable. Joker, all respect to Aaron Gordon, okay, dude? All respect. Who his most famous thing up to this point is whining about a dunk contest. Aaron Gordon is going to stop Jimmy Butler? That's your solution? So, like, everybody's laughing. They're saying, you're putting Bam on Jokic? Yeah, I'm sorry. A guy who's been on the all-defensive team for the last 4 years. Okay? Something only LeBron did in Heat history. I'm sorry. That's the awful solution. Oh, Bam's only kept him to his averages. That's what you want with a superstar. Keep a superstar to his averages. And you guys are sitting here saying, and by the way, you guys keep obsessing about the zone. Like you have the Heat, like have a bunch of intangibles out there. Jimmy Butler, Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent. Let me tell you something, dude. You want to know who's coming out in this series, dude? Because he's already, it was like a little shark fin that you put up there. The locksmith's been unlocked, okay? Because Haywood Highsmith, he's sunk his teeth into this playoffs now. So all of these guys are coming out, and they're coming to stop you, okay? I don't care how many options you have. Joker gonna look like a Joker. That's what's gonna happen, dude. Heat in 6. We're stealing home court, Leroy, in the first 2. Path to success. That's what the formula's been. And then we TCB at home. Close it out in our building, hoisting Larry, dude. Get out of here. You guys out here faking like you like the Nuggets. Nobody likes the Nuggets. Even Mike McDaniel left your ass. Michael Malone. Say my full name. No, Mike. You're going to sit there and Spo, who actually is cool and let you call you by a nickname, Spo, he's going to coach circles around you, dude. In thin air, in humidity, up in the Alps, at sea level, wherever he pleases. We can go to the LA Fitness pool, although he probably goes to a much nicer gym. And he can swim laps around you if he wants to, dude. Jamal Murray. Get out of here, dude. True bubble boy. And by the way, you know who's coming back, dude? Tyler Hero's coming back too, dude. To drop some buckets on you game 3.
Hold on.
Goosey's
Hold
galore.
on. You're making a terrible assumption.
What do you mean?
That he just gonna come back to beat Tyler when he left.
Oh, he's ready, dude. You know, because you want to know something? Let me tell you what he's
I'm
been
not, listen.
Can I just tell you something?
Here's what I would say about Tyler Hero. This is what I'm gonna say.
Hmm?
And this is gonna be as fair and as honest as I could be. Anything you get from Tyler Hero is going to be a bonus. All you need him to do is go in there and not turn the ball over.
You're right. You're right.
Be a negative.
But Leroy,
on the court.
you want to know what makes turkey better? Little gravy. Little gravy, dude. And so whatever Tyler Hero's going to bring us is going to be gravy. Because you know what he's been hearing, dude? You know what Tyler Hero's been hearing? The chatter. He's been hearing the chatter. Dude's been hearing the chatter. Jack Harlow left him. Okay? He's been hearing the chatter, dude.
Jack Harlow did leave him.
Bum, Jack Harlow.
Can't make a song about me and root against me.
Heat in 6, dude. What do you got, Leroy? What you pick?
We picking at 10:30?
Now. I want the pick now.
Tobin, come on, man. That was inspirational, man. That got me motivated.
I would say Heat win it in this building.
Hell
Heat
yes.
6.
Hell yes.
You
and me.
But here's the deal. But here's the
Let's
deal.
acknowledge something.
Here's the deal.
You and me?
Here's the deal.
I'll let you make a point.
I'm not afraid if they have to go to game 7.
Me neither.
Right?
Me neither.
Like you can say, look, I am done.
You think we're gonna be?
Vlad, I'm done with this team. I'm done with trying to figure out what it looks like. I'm done trying to figure out how it's gonna end up. All I know is that they find a way, and it's not always pretty. It doesn't always look great. They stacking up wins. So I'm just gonna go ahead on and I don't care who they play. I said something a few months ago. You know what that was? The most terrifying thing about this Heat team. What did I tell you? They can beat anybody in the world, and they can lose to anybody in the world.
You're right.
20.
And that is the single-handed most frightening thing about 18.
Yeah, and let me tell something to the Denver Nuggets in case you were wondering. LaMelo Ball, he ain't walking through that door, dude. You don't have the Hornets. You don't have the Hornets. You don't have the Pistons. All right? You don't have the Orlando Magic.
He's talking about the teams that beat them.
You don't have the Spurs.
The team.
You don't have the teams I'm scared of. You don't have those teams. And let me tell you something about Nikola Jokic, okay? The only Nikola I'm scared of is Vucevic, dude. And you don't got him. I'm scared of Vucevic. I ain't scared of you.
Vucevic is a heat killer.
I ain't scared of you, dude. And you know what? Something I just want to acknowledge something, dude. You know what? It's just as a beautiful partnership for this many years, you and me, same page, same. Happy about this, dude.
I feel like I have to fight it a little bit.
No. Let's just go to break.
Like we can't.
Let's just go to break.
You want to just go to break?
Yeah,
now?
let's just go to break. Let's end on a high note.
All right.
Heat and 6.
WQAM. Make us your favorite station. Free. Enjoy.
This is 15 minutes of your Miami Heat.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 o'clock here today. Play a little Rats Off a Ship. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Miami 560 WQAM is your channel there, so check that on out. Chapo, what's going on, Chapo?
How we doing? What's up, everybody?
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing outstanding. Just want to call in real quick. I still got goosies from Jimmy's little snippet of his interview with Malika Andrews.
That was good.
D-Wade's the greatest Heat player of all time. I don't think that's really debatable, but I think Jimmy is my favorite Heat player after what he said. After that little comment about what'd you say in your little fashion article about something you would never wear? He said, oh, yeah, it was a Heat jersey because we were trained by Tibbs to hate the Heat. And then what'd he say? Full circle. Now it's going to be the last jersey I'll ever wear.
Yep.
Goosies galore, Tobes.
It was Goosies galore.
It's going to be Heat in 6 just because I can't take a Game 7. My heart can't take it. Heat in 6. Y'all have a great day. We're bringing energy. I will talk to y'all tomorrow.
All right, Chapo. Calling the shot. Yeah, Jimmy Butler did say that to Malika Andrews. He said that this is gonna be the last jersey I wear. I would expect that. Yes, I would expect that that's gonna be the last jersey he wears. I expect that he'd be the last. That the number 22 is gonna go up in the draft. He'll never pass D-Wade for me though. That's never gonna happen. You can't pass the reason you're here. That's impossible. It's not allowed to happen. You can't.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
If Spo wins another title, Spo the best coach in Heat history?
Jeff Van Gundy said already this week he is the best coach in Heat history, and I honestly agree with him.
I think he already is.
I think he already is.
Okay.
Because you have to understand.
So you can pass the original.
I would look at it this way. There's no coach that has had to coach more different circumstances and has had success with more different circumstances than Spo.
You'll never be able to. You might be. This team might be able to pass Heat teams for me, but no one's ever going to pass D-Wade for me. It's not going to happen.
What?
It can't.
Why not?
It just can't. Not even just. He's just.
But
you're never going to pass my favorite guy.
You think? I think of D-Wade differently than I think of Jimmy Butler. So that automatically puts them in different classes. Doesn't mean like I think. Jimmy is better than D-Wade. I just think that your hometown guy is always going to have a higher spot than no matter how great a guy comes in and success he has.
So you're saying you did?
Your guy drafted, I'm saying.
Oh, you mean homegrown?
Homegrown.
I got you.
D-Wade drafted and had that run with the Heat.
There'll be kids look, there's going to be kids who are watching this right now, and Jimmy Butler's going to be their favorite player growing up. And that's awesome.
They're like we all are in life.
That's
all we care about is the winners.
That's going
Nobody wants to try hard guy.
No.
Right? Rocky doesn't exist in real life, folks. You're a tomato can.
That's not true.
In real life, Rocky does not exist.
Dude, that's not true.
Because you wouldn't be sticking with Rocky in the early parts of his career once he had a couple of losses.
Andy Ruiz won the championship.
He's nice. I like him. Oh man, I ain't gonna even trip. But but again, here's why you can like Andrew Ruiz. You ready? There's no other guy other than Fury that looks like the normal guy, right? Andy Ruiz is the guy you go to a picnic and he playing stomach music with his stomach. Right? Mm-hmm. He's that uncle, that cool uncle that's sitting in the corner holding court, drinking a beer. Right? So we can all look at Andrew Ruiz and say, Unk, right? Like we know somebody like that. Athletic big guy.
Josue says, I don't agree, Tobin. Jimmy winning this ring cements him as the top and probably best player in the league.
No, you know what that is? That's prisoner of the moment.
Like now,
that's prisoner of the moment.
Like I said, look, this Heat run is going to be like nothing else. Like,
but it's unique.
It's unique, and that's why I'm saying I think the team. If you told me that this is the most beloved team ever, I could hear that out. I think that I could hear that out, especially just because there's a difference in having the expectation every year of winning the championship, which is what you had with the big three, which is what you had when you had Shaq here. There's a difference. But I think you guys are, if you are, you might be very young, which is kind of crazy to say. Like I don't mean to be the old man yelling at people like MJ versus LeBron, but like you're just not getting all the D Wade stuff. Then
you're prisoner of the moment.
Prisoner of the moment.
Like that's like you know what? We used to say, what was that? Was it Eddie Murphy? This is the best crack I ever had. Yeah, because you're starving. Like that's kind of how sports works. We're all prisoners of the moment.
It was the best meal. It's the best cracker. It's the best cracker I've ever had. When you're hungry, of course, it's the best cracker that you ever had. You're hungry.
Exactly. I always get into it with my wife about this. She'll cook something, and we'll all come into the house hungry as hell, and we'll eat it up. And she'll go, "Ooh, you must have really liked it." And I'm like, "Well, we were hungry."
Yeah,
like it's
graded on the curve,
right? And so I get that. Like, it's been a while since they won a championship. They've knocked on the door a few times, and now Jimmy could get them over that hump. But
and no one's yelling at you, Chapo. Chapo's like, "Well, I didn't say that he's the best. I said D Wade is the greatest, but Jimmy's my favorite." To my argument, I would say, I don't think it, but it's just me personally. Right. I don't think anybody can ever top D Wade.
Here's the problem. Here's the other thing.
I don't think they can.
The reason why D Wade is always going to have a place for me up top is because we watched him grow as a man and as a basketball player because he was drafted here, right? When Jimmy came here, he was already done. Like all of his maturing, that was already done. So he just came here as a star player. And so that's why we're always going to look at D Wade differently because we watch quiet, timid D Wade, then leader D Wade, then veteran D Wade, then dog D Wade that went out and just got it. Like
then we lost D Wade and then he came back.
Right. We've gotten all these different versions of D Wade, but we basically watched him progress and grow as a man and as a basketball player. And so from that standpoint, going through that trip with him, he's always going to have a different place than anybody else.
This was Jimmy yesterday. He was asked about watching moments in the NBA Finals, who he envisioned himself in, and I don't think it went the path that Rachel Nichols thought it was going to go down, but this was his answer.
Jimmy, Nikola was up here saying there's not a player in this finals who didn't have those moments growing up of, 3-2-1 and scoring the winning basket to win a title. What was yours? Was yours on a blacktop, driveway? Who were you pretending to be? What do you remember?
None of that. I was never, that good at basketball growing up anyways. So me being in the NBA was so far out that, I didn't think I would make it this far. I'm glad that I am here and I have the opportunity to do that. Maybe I'll hit a game winner like D Wade. I think that'd be really good. I'm not standing on no tables, but it'd be really cool to be D Wade for a day.
Was there an NBA Finals you remember from growing up that really had an effect on you?
Nah, we didn't have cable.
Well, I mean, it was regular TV. You didn't need cable.
Yeah.
Come on.
Y'all don't remember watching here.
Tape delay?
I'm going to take y'all back. Tape delay basketball.
Yeah, that was the late 70s Coke days for in the NBA. We weren't born. I was even a gleam in our daddy's eyes at that time.
But here's the thing is that, like, I get where Jimmy's coming from. Like, sometimes where you grow up, like, you ain't thinking about stuff like that. You think about tomorrow. You think about the next day. You think about, and so kudos to Jimmy that once he saw it was in reach, he went and got it.
Yeah, it's great. Like
Right?
his the way he's crafted himself has been so inspirational. But once again, I'd like to point out to all the other people the reason he's here is Dwayne Wade. And he said that yesterday.
I mean, okay.
So
But why you don't? Here's the deal. There's certain things that you defend that you don't have to.
No, but here's the
you don't, dude. I'm telling you right now, you do not have to defend D Wade and what that man has done for the Miami Heat.
Apparently I do.
You don't. You don't.
I gotta start telling
if there's anybody who is ready to put somebody above D Wade that quick, then how long you been following the Heat?
But
how long you been following the Heat?
But this is
that's the question I would ask.
But this run has a chance to be the most. I do think it has to be a chance for the team itself. It has a chance
for the history of basketball. We're not talking about. We're talking about the history of basketball.
This is insane.
Think about this. Think about what we are witnessing in South Florida and what we have witnessed in FAU, the University of Miami, the University of Miami women's team, Nova. Let me throw them out there because of all the teams, they're the only one got the chip, right? Then
Koepka.
No.
That's right, man. Koepka was finished second at the Masters, and then now he's PGA champion.
We can't. He called somebody a parking cone, and now we
he
celebrate
took it back.
Right.
He skated it back.
You can't undo that, Vlad.
When you win a PGA, excuse me, when you win a PGA championship,
and they invite you back. Yeah. And now you're talking about 8th seeded Florida who had to fight like hell and got a break because a team that never should have lost at the end of the season lost. And then you got the Heat, an 8 seed who lost the play-in and then had to win a play-in down 13.
Which is also funny because now this might be the most beloved Heat team run, but it was in the regular season. I would argue it was maybe the most hated Heat team during the regular season.
We talked about this ad nauseum every week. It's like, dude, it's so nerve-wracking when you see a team go out and say they'll play Milwaukee and win by 20. And then on the way back home, they'll stop in Orlando and get crushed.
Look, I picked the Heat against the Bucks. I also threw my headset at Erik Spoelstra's sound bites because after Hornets losses, this was the most, as much as we're all loving this was also the most frustrating regular season of all time.
Right. It's like you have to ask yourself based on what you've seen, right? Can this last? How many times did we ask that question? I know I asked myself.
That to me is out of the question now.
Well, but I asked myself the question a lot during the playoffs. That is this the norm now? And then the 3 games against the Celtics where they shot the ball poorly, kicked the ball all over the lot, and whatever. I would say 2 games, not 3.
Yeah.
2 games.
Mm-hmm.
That last game was crazy.
No, the third game. Honestly, the 3 games, though, the biggest factor was Jimmy and Bam. Like they were the worst.
Right.
Like
again, things you never thought that you would say. Right? Think about this. If you're talking about a Heat win or loss, you would never have a conversation about the play of Jimmy Butler and Bam. And you kind of had those conversations for those 3 games.
You definitely talk about Bam. Bam's
Right.
always the indicating factor.
Yeah, Bam's always the guy.
I got to tell you now,
especially with Tyler hurt.
I don't care about the scoring. Okay, I don't care as much. Look, there's certain times during the course of a playoff or a game or a season where you need to understand what you're asking your teammate or a player in your organization to do.
But here's the thing: it's gonna be interesting because this is gonna be the toughest defensive task for him. But it also might be one of the easier offensive.
If they
tasks
put Michael Porter on him,
yeah, like it might be one of those where and look, I'm sure they're going to still do the thing where they crowd the paint on them and they're going to start people swiping the ball, but they don't have the defenders the Celtics do. They don't have the defenders that the Bucks do. They don't really even have what the Knicks have in the middle. So there's a give and a take in this series. Like I get why everybody is dazzled by the Denver offense.
That's the word right there. That's the word that I would say. That every time the Heat play a team like this, and this is why it brings me back to the Detroit Pistons, right? Everybody else that they've played has had that splash guy, that guy, must-see TV guy, right? When you talk about the Celtics, when you talk about the Knicks, when you talk about they all have those 1 or 2 guys that splash guys, the guys that they're gonna put butts in the seats, right? When you look at the Heat, you keep looking at them, and there's Jimmy and there's Bam.
And who's this guy that J. Cole found?
You're wondering, how are they doing this consistently? So I could see why everybody keeps, saying that he can't get it done. But at some point, after you see the path of destruction that they've left behind them, you got to give him even more credit for not having an MVP and not having all those guys that can shoot 1,000 threes and do all these things. They don't have a Tatum and a Brown. They have 2 guys. They do it differently.
Jimmy's not losing the series, dude.
Huh?
He's not losing the series. He's not losing.
Okay.
He's not.
I'm not like if you're looking for an argument, I'm not the guy, right? Because like I said, this is probably the biggest blind leap of faith that I will probably ever take in sports. But I take it after what I've seen for the last month and a half, 2 months. So I'm not even being that blind about it. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas a lot of people refuse to go there. I'm like, dude, after 2 months, you got to bite it.
You've seen the light.
It's not the light.
Rather be with you.
See, this is why, Vlad, this is why I can't go there. This is why I can't have conversations with my guy over here, because this is where he goes. And you ruin it. You ruin it for me. That's why I got to fight you all the time.
Breaking news from A.
Program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Take you up until 2 o'clock here today.
Yeah?
Yep. What do you mean, yeah? Like a surprise.
Yeah. Gotta tell you.
Weather?
Looking kind of.
Give us a weather update from the Desmond and Dover Law Firm, Leroy. YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them up at 866-954-MORE for free consultations 24/7.
Very calm winds. No winds. Light out of the west. Planes are going left and right. It's probably 80 to 85 degrees. But let me warn you. It's that time of year, folks. You know what time it is. It's hurricane season. That means it's going to rain in the evening at some point. Maybe not in your area, but be careful, okay? Because it's going to rain. Could be some potential downpours. That's just where we are this time of year.
There you go, man. Your weather update there. Get some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
I think these topics today are just hilarious.
This is it. Like I don't understand.
Laughing at them.
Listen. I get sometimes it's hard to find stuff to do every day, but you have access to everything, right?
Today on First Take, let's look at the worldwide leader. They say more likely Heat win or Nuggets sweep. Are they referring to tonight or are they saying for the series?
The Heat
winning the more likely a Nuggets sweep. So they're saying,
or the Heat win it. The Heat. Your two options are Heat win a championship or Nuggets sweep. So what's more likely to happen?
Heat win the championship.
I would agree with that.
I mean, like the disrespect. It's crazy to me. It really is.
Here's what I hate.
I love this.
Here's what I hate.
I can't wait until
I'm going to tell you what I hate more than anything. You have to go back 2 years.
2 years, right?
Right. Like we haven't had enough sports, and these two teams aren't so far past that with how well they improved and how good they are now that we have to go back 2 years.
We're talking about something that happened with one of the Maurice twins in November of last season. And we're like, Jimmy, were you talking about can you get this Vlad? It's in our folder. No beef with Jokic from last year's incident with Jimmy Butler, because I found it weird that he was even asked about it. I mean, I get it, like it was, but like we had the whole thing, the Jokic brothers that happened. And by the way, Jimmy Butler on the Jokic brothers game got hurt in that game. He fell on his back, and like Jimmy was out for like a long time in that. I remember being like, we were all really hyped up because the Jokic brothers were coming down. It's gonna be a thing, and literally like.
As soon as the game started,
boom, falls right on his back, right after he came back from injury. And I was like,
right, he came back from an ankle, then he fell on his back.
Fell right on his back. Fell right on his back. And I was like, oh, that was anticlimactic. It's crazy to me, man. Like we're looking at this stuff. Jokic and Jimmy. Beef chicken. Or
Here's the other
like
thing.
This.
Here's the other thing. I'm a firm believer in this. You can't have beef with somebody you even guarding or that's not guarding you. You can't.
Yeah. Like
you can't. Like a cornerback can only have beef with a wide receiver. Running backs with linebackers.
Like,
tight ends with linebackers. You can't offensive line with defensive line.
We had Tyreek Hill versus Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons is like, I'm gonna make Tua pay.
Right. He ain't say you can't, because you can't say you're gonna make Tyreek Hill pay. You don't never have to deal with Tyreek Hill.
This was Jimmy Bucket just asked about the Jokic incident from 2 seasons ago. Jim VP.
I think so. I think there's a lot of like stuff about the whole situation that people don't understand, and I'll let that stay back there. But I don't think it has too much to do with anything. It's a thing of the past, high-level competition. But I will say I wasn't talking to Jokic. That wasn't my beef. So make sure you write that. And the individual who I was talking to definitely know who I was talking to.
There you go. So it's like it wasn't even about Joker.
Right. But because that was the 2 stars. So they had to make it about you. Like, we don't even care about facts anymore.
Right. Make sure you write that.
We don't even care about facts anymore. It's just a sad place in sports.
Oh, and also they've also played twice this year, and they were
right. And nobody gave a rat's ass about that beef when they played against each other.
Right. They were really good games that both came down to the wire, and nobody cared. The only thing that Jimmy had beef with was at the game at home. That was with the rim, because he threw a ball up that somehow went on the rim and just fell. Like, I was like, what is it? What is it, like a putt that won't go in? Like, well, he was just, remember, like, he hit the shot. Do you remember that, where he just stared at the rim and he goes, I don't understand. It just wouldn't go in. I mean, like, what are we doing here? It's crazy to me. Anyway, so that's your NBA coverage nationally, what they got going on right now. Very exciting. Can't wait for tonight.
I can tell you. Here, let me tell you how this conversation.
By the way, is that Dope Greeny? Is he on the NBA countdown coverage today?
Yep.
Do I have to hear from him?
Can I just say this? Here's just between Shannon and Skip.
What's that?
Shannon will say, "Yeah, I believe him. Why would he lie about something like that? That happened 2 years ago, right?" And Skip is like, "There is no way. He don't want that heat." Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, you know what's amazing? I think the things that we do on radio.
Look, they were very clearly pissed about something in that incident, because there's that awesome picture of Andy Ellisberg, Big Andy, just blocking the way to the Nuggets locker room, and you have Jimmy, Bam, Kyle Lowry, and Dwayne Dedman, of all people, who were there at the.
Wait, I tell you what, if I'm going to war, I want somebody nicknamed Dead Man.
Deadman's crazy. I wouldn't listen. I don't want him playing minutes for my team anymore.
Well, he also has a little bit of that. Who was the center from Ohio State?
Odin?
Yeah, he got a little bit of that Odin, because he looked like he's 45 and he like 28.
Yeah.
Right.
But listen, very clearly, Dwayne Dedman has himself, like, he got a little Hulk to him where he can get angry. We saw how far he was able to fling a massage gun, which are not light, and he took it with his little pinky and flung it nearly across the arena. I mean, it was an awesome picture. I don't understand what it has to do with this series. If there is beef with the series, you want to know what I think it's going to be? Them fighting for the championship, and it's going to be very intense, because both of these teams are badass teams with a lot of good players, with great coaches, and that really want the holy hell out of this, because they all feel like they haven't gotten their just due, which is why I think this is going to be a great series. It's going to be an awesome series.
It's going to be an awesome series. I would say one of the things that I want to see, though, which is weird, right? When you see Jokic play, you think that your team can run him off the floor. And that's really not the case, because everybody around him can run. You know?
They want to run.
They want to run. And so don't get caught up with that slow, he dribble. Don't get caught up in that.
No.
They want to run.
Because that big polar bear is going to take that ball and right down to the, right. It's like, we've seen that Kevin Love. Imagine Kevin Love in that outlet pass on steroids. Like, that's what that dude is, and on all places, eyes on the back of his head. And I think, and I do think, like, the thing that's going to be interesting about this is, I'm sure the Heat are going to throw a lot of looks at him. That's fine. But the impression I get from them, from hearing from them, is we got to try and make it tough on him to make shots. They don't want to get into a place where they have to double him, because they know he'll carve him up with his passing. And if you got to take, I think what they want to do is, and we've seen, and this is what makes him great. It makes him a 2-time MVP. You want to try and make him hit those moon shots, you live with it, dude. But if he's going to go out there and he's going to make it wide open to KCP, wide open to Bruce Brown, wide open to Jamal Murray, because you're trying to worry about, maybe I think the big things in this one is you want to try and make him work, take that shot clock down, Bam, get him in tough spots. If he gets you with a tough 2, he gets you with a tough 2. Bam, got to stay out of foul trouble. Has to. Because they don't got
first 5 minutes of the game is going to be very important, because everybody's going to try to get aggressive, but you got to stay within the realm of basketball, because you don't want anybody to get – the Heat can't afford 2 quick fouls.
No, if anything, you're just one of these, like, look, if the Heat, we've seen this with them. If you can keep this thing in a 10-point strike because of how good their shooting has been and because of the way they're able to turn the ball over, like, you want to prep everything for these. I feel like with these Heat teams, yes, you obviously want to get off to good starts, but like second halves of these games, being able to get more aggressive, take more risks. Yeah, I think that's going to be huge for them. Huge. Can't wait for the series, dude. I'm so excited for tonight. Back after this.
WQAM broadcast.
Rascals, Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Why is this robot camera keep following me today, J-Fig? Fix it. Fix it, dude. Oh, she's not here. I hope Scooby's doing better than this.
Like, what's up with your best friend?
Okay, stationary camera. I don't like a robot camera, Vlad. Freaks me out, man.
I don't like it either, bro.
Not trusting it. I don't like it. Some things just got to stay the same way. Weird. J-Fig was missing Scooby yesterday because he was at the vet. Hopefully our show mascot is doing well. Fight the good fight, Scooby.
Get better, Scoob.
Get better, Scooby. You gotta get your mind right for an NBA Finals tonight. So got that going on. Heat, Nuggets tonight. You of course can hear that game right here on 560 WQAM. Jason Jackson has the call with Amy Audibert. Did you hear, by the way, Duncan Robinson was on JJ Redick's podcast, and he had said that the Hulk Hogan thing, why he had done that. He said this on the pod. He said apparently what had happened, that he obviously is from New England, so he has a lot of intangibles in his contacts, and apparently somebody had put him into a group chat with a bunch of Sully and Murphs after Game 6, and so he was getting peppered all night on his phone. F yeah, Celtics in 7. F the Heat. These guys are bums. Duncan Robinson. Remember, he missed those 2 threes late.
Yeah.
Choker. All that. But I don't know if they knew Duncan Robinson was in the group chat or if they're doing that just to troll him. So Duncan Robinson was just getting peppered with revenge fuel the entire time leading up to this game.
I mean, yeah. You got to do it when you make a 3, though, not a layup.
Well, he's very proud of his.
Right. You know what's
very
funny?
proud of his blossoming game.
It's funny though, because a lot of times you don't understand the backstories behind these, right? And that's the thing. Like, you can say the same thing about when Randy Moss fake mooned, Green Bay. I told you the backstory on that.
Yeah, they like to show you guys the cheeks.
Right. So a lot of times people don't understand the backstory. If you understood the backstory, those 2 events would be hilarious.
Right.
Like if you knew all the texts that he was getting all night, then what Duncan Robinson did becomes funny.
Well, Joe Buck going off.
Right. But that's the thing, man. Like, as a society, I'm gonna just put this out there. As a society, we're dumb as hell. Because we don't care about the truth. We just want to react without even knowing whether we're right or wrong or have a reason to complain. Did I tell you what happened to me?
No, what happened?
So I pick up Rebecca. We're going to. I had to take her to the doctor. So I drive from here to Western High School, and then I have to drive all the way to like Sunrise, down almost by the beach. So I'm flying. Okay. So we get I have to get off on Oakland, and I turn down, I think I forget what road I turned by. And there's a guy with 2 other people in a golf cart. Right? Now it's licensed, it's got a tag and street legal. We get to a red light, the arrow goes. Right? He's just sitting there. So I honk the horn. He gives me the bird.
What?
So I follow him. What? And I yell at him. Hey, jackass, the light was green. What are you giving me the finger for? He goes, sorry. Too late. You can't. You know what? If you had said the words to me, you could take that back.
Damage is done.
You can't take back a finger.
You can't take back the
Once
bird.
you give somebody the bird, it's go time. You can't take that back. So I'm like, this guy gave me the bird because he's sitting at a green light. Like, what the hell's wrong with us? Usually, if you're not paying attention, the light turned green, you just hold up a hand. Sorry, and you go. You don't give birds to people honking the horn because you sitting at a green light.
You really can't unflip the bird.
You can't.
There's no going back.
I mean, we still remember Bud from Tennessee with the blue Sansa suit on.
Bud Adams?
Bud Adams giving the double bird, right? You can't do that. The league fined him.
In a way,
it don't matter.
It is how Max Strus and Jimmy Butler say, I love
Greet
you.
each other.
That's how they
Right.
greet each other with the middle finger.
But I'm like, man.
By the way, did you see what Max Strus did yesterday?
What did he do?
Max Strus did a slideshow of the Heat's victory, right? You know, like some pictures from the Eastern Conference Finals on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
And
Him and Jimmy giving each other a finger.
No, better than that.
Do you have the light skin picture of him, Caleb, and Gabe?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't. But so he puts up this. It's Eastern Conference Finals champs. You know,
Yeah.
Max Strus with this trophy. So he puts a bunch of pictures. This was the last picture that he put.
Yes.
The last picture.
Wait. You listen, there's Heat culture and there's Heat petty, right? They all do it.
The last
the last person you expect to have petty is Max Strus and Duncan Robinson, right?
So good. The last picture.
Here's what I can't
so
figure
for our
out.
radio audience, the last picture that he puts is Boston Celtics news. Celtics wave forward Max Strus with him in a Celtics jersey.
Here's what I can't figure out. Hey, Max Strus is not better than Peyton Pritchard. Like who made that decision?
I don't know.
But it goes to show you. And here's what I love and I hate about sports. Right? A good pro. I'm not talking about a Hall of Famer or I'm just talking about a good pro in any sport can go to a bad organization and have his career ruined, right? But a decent pro can go to a good organization with a good coaching staff and his career could flourish because he's able to draw out all of his skills and put them out there on display, right? So the Max Strus that we have, you telling me that guy couldn't help anybody else?
Crazy.
Right. It's crazy.
Do you? I think yesterday Caleb Martin said, I don't know if it was on Dan's show. It might have been on Dan's show. He was he was like, I think he called getting cut by the Hornets a slap in the face.
Right. like when you know what? That's and I give you a perfect example. Because when I went from Cleveland to Baltimore, and then I got shipped out of Baltimore, I'm thinking, wow, if I can't make this team, like, is my career over?
Yeah, he said getting waived by the Hornets was definitely the biggest slap in the face. At that point, I'm thinking, do I have to go overseas?
Right. It's like, depending on, like, it's a difference in getting cut by Kansas City. Because you're thinking, oh, there's still hope.
Right.
But if you're getting cut by a team that went 2-14,
like
you're like, this is the bottom of the barrel right here.
It's like Patrick Beverley getting waived by the big three Heat. You know, it's like, all right.
Right, exactly.
It's tough.
You don't lose faith. You just say it's a numbers thing or whatever.
He kept that petty with him forever. Respect.
Right. But can you imagine getting cut by the 3-13 Cleveland Browns?
Oh,
I'm like, wow, I can't even make this team. That's what I was thinking.
That's terrible.
I'm thinking, wow, like I can't even make this team.
This is the picture you guys are talking about with the three of them together.
Oh yeah. Wow. They all look like brothers. Right?
They look like light-skinned twins.
Yeah. Look at them. Oh, by the way, message from Big Spoon.
Yeah.
She said she is getting us something. She is preparing it. And no one will match it this time.
Wow.
Right.
11%?
No.
Wow, I can't wait.
No.
By the way, did you see that picture? Look at that picture again of those three.
Let me get it. Hold on.
And zoom in. No, I'm talking about you, Tobin. Zoom in the picture and look at them.
All right, I got a screenshot to zoom in. Hold on. Because otherwise it won't hold.
They look blasted.
Yeah, they do. They do look blasted,
dude.
I'll send it to JFig. We'll have it up for next segment. We'll
so yeah, I get it, man. And I'm gonna give credit to somebody that probably don't need no credit. But Draymond Green, a few months ago, he said, "Y'all so quick to call somebody that get drafted high or come into the league a bust. But y'all don't ever fault these organizations for ruining these players." Right? And so the one thing that I would say about the Heat is that if you come here, whatever your skill set is, they're gonna get the most out of it. And develop the skills that you aren't as good at. And you gotta, I don't care who you are, you gotta always want to come through an organization like that.
For sure.
Even if it means you don't make as much money for a couple of years because you know you're gonna go get paid. Because everybody be plucking the hell out of Heat players, right? Now they don't do nothing when they leave here. Who's the last player to leave? I mean, LeBron?
Who's done better
No.
leaving here?
Who's the only player that had success once they left, once the Heat said, "We done with you"? LeBron was the last guy. And he's in a different class.
You're thinking about like one of their fines, right? Like that's Hassan, no.
No.
Tyler
Bumpy,
Johnson,
no.
Wayne Ellington, not
No.
really. James Johnson, no.
No.
Philly Cheese did win a championship.
Man,
Champ Cheese.
Look at that picture, man. I know baked when I see it.
Hey, check this out.
Boy,
Somebody send him a picture. Somebody send him a. Did y'all even try?
They smoking on that Brown Tatum pack. That's what they were doing.
I mean, come on, they still in the locker room, dude. They call you.
Oh, like, come on, man. That's me.
You know what? But here's what I would say about the Heat players. How much you want to bet collectively they said, let's do it this way?
Oh, yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what these guys are, and it's something. It makes you enjoy them even more when they do stuff like this. Like to see Duncan Robinson mushing the crowd. Like, do you understand? He barely talked when he got here. Now he holding up. Come on.
We'll take a quick break. Get some more stuff on the other side. Back after this. Tobin Leroy here with you on
Hey.
560.
By the way, what do you think the first thing I asked when I got to Minnesota?
What?
Where's Prince's house?
No, that's his house was Paisley Park,
Where's Lake Minnetonka?
Minnetonka. Is it real? Yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
Yep, Lake Minnetonka is where they had the Love Boat.
What you watched? You watched a T-Wolves game with him?
Yeah,
Crazy.
yep, in the Target Center. Him and Tiger Woods was there.
That's wild.
That's crazy, and it's terrifying because he's tiny, right? But he got a deeper voice than you. So you don't know how to, like, you thinking that he's so small, he should be talking like Kevin Hart.
But he ain't.
And he talking like Lou Rawls.
Yeah.
but as far
Kind
as
of confusing.
Yeah. As far as being cool, oh no. There ain't, dude, he is so laid back and cool and whatever.
Guy who's laid back on the mic is Paul Maurice as the Panthers are heading to Vegas.
Who's calmer? Who's calmer? Paul Maurice or Spo? Because Paul Maurice ain't never flinch all year either.
Paul Maurice, because he's never bangs the table.
Are you talking about? Yeah, I think on media, I definitely Spo has been like on edge with the media lately.
Well, recently, but I'm talking about as a whole, and all the situations and circumstances they go through.
I think they're both crazed on the bench, and while the game's going on, but I would say Paul Maurice has been more laid back since with media sessions. Spo has been like, drop us off with parachutes.
But that's just lately, man. And
I know.
You know, and here's what I know about Spo. Those comments are not for us.
No.
They are to make sure his team is in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
Right?
Maniac.
Because when he talks about competition and he talks about doing what it takes and feeling good, they all say the same thing. And once he hears that, then he knows they're good. But the attitude that they have to go into this series with is I don't care where we play, what time we play, and who we play.
Did Spo threaten to turn off the air conditioning?
Yeah.
But he literally said he was about to pull a San Antonio Spurs.
We'll turn it off.
We'll turn it off, play at 90 degrees inside.
But you know what? I also think that was a shot at Greenberg as well. Like, I'm getting sick and tired of all these.
I am too.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm saying is that the players, especially Jimmy and Spo, if you ever notice, they are very good at making the point that needs to be made.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They are very good at putting things out there that they want out there to kind of say what they want to say. And so Spo's thing, ever since the playoffs, ever since going into game 7, his attitude about commenting on these things has always been the same way. Hey, we'll play this game right now. Hey, you can drop us off on Mount Everest. Hey, you can, like, he wants his team to understand the importance of what the task is, and that it doesn't matter where, when, or how. We're going in there to get something done.
I just think the other thing too is like you're not gonna find an out or an excuse that you think is gonna rattle us. Like,
yeah,
from injuries to path to get here to all this stuff. Now you're gonna throw altitude.
Wait,
like
no. Look, see, the rest of the world isn't familiar with this saying, but we are. We have enough.
That's right.
They don't understand what that means. But those 15 guys that go and dress and play, they understand. And here's the attitude they play with, and here's what they tell you. The attitude they play with. If somebody gets hurt, more opportunity for me.
Right.
But that don't mean that losing is acceptable.
Here was Paul Maurice as the Panthers are heading out to Las Vegas. They've had a lot of time off. The Heat did not, but the Panthers have. They start up on Saturday. And Paul Maurice, not worried about his goalie, but seeing where everybody else is at, he's not sure.
Oh, I'm not worried about him because he's got this routine that it's almost not related to what's going on in the schedule, whether he's playing 14 in a row like he did in March or we get 10 days off. He's got his routine. The concern you have is the difference between challenges and opportunity. There's a challenge to this. You get 10 days off. You know, how do you can't stay in that emotional environment that you are. And then the opportunity. We had some banged up guys and we're moving pretty good on the ice. So that's the challenge. That's the opportunity. We'll take it. We'll take the rest. I think it gives us the best chance in the legs. And if it takes us a while to get back into it, then we got to be able to hold water until we do.
Hold water?
Yeah.
You mean like with the sticks?
No, that means keep everything afloat.
You sure?
Yeah. That
What do you
means
mean, like
when we playing bad, keep the games close.
Like thumb in the
when we're playing bad or we don't have our legs, we can't allow them to get away from us.
You sure?
Yes.
That's what hold water means?
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Tobin,
what do you mean?
Dude, like leave what
-1.
Yeah.
I was picturing like
Be able to
colonial days
no.
where like you have the sticks. You remember?
No, that you're thinking of carrying your own water.
Yeah.
We had that
Carrying your own buckets of water?
We had that thing in Minnesota. Then he used to always say, carry your water, carry your weight. I remember one time we had a guy give up like 3 sacks. And so we put like 20 of them big jugs of water in front of his locker. Yeah. Jeez. It was hilarious. It was fun. We don't have nothing else to do. We with our brothers 10, 12 hours a day. That's the only way we can have fun.
It really does sound like Paul Maurice when it comes to Bobrovsky's. Like he doesn't.
He doesn't talk. It seems like he can't remember the last time he had a conversation with Bob.
Yeah.
Because they all say, man, Bob works harder than anybody. He does his own thing. He prepares regardless. He works hard every day. See you on game day. That's what it sounds like.
So maybe he doesn't want to jinx Bob. Maybe the coach
Don't
doesn't
talk
want
to
to
No,
do that.
hey,
How
he's
about
doing
that?
it. He's
How
doing
about
it.
that, Leroy?
Hey, yeah.
How about
Yeah.
that?
This doesn't
Yeah.
make sense, dude.
Wait.
What?
I'm going to tell you right
Keeper
now.
of the cup.
Hold
said.
on. Hold on. Tell you right now.
What's up?
Paul Maurice not messing with Bob. You damn sure ain't messing with Bob.
It's not fair.
No, it ain't fair.
It's not fair.
Life ain't fair, my friend. Life ain't fair. You're going to say that to your kids one day.
3-0 lead.
They go, it's not fair.
What if they're up
Life
3-0?
isn't fair. I told you we could have did it last week.
No, you.
I said when we come back on Monday, if there you can definitely do it. I said that. I would have been cool because you can't jinx that. Right?
Well, hockey's done it 4 times. Not
Come back
3-0.
from 3-0 or
Yeah.
3-1?
3-0.
3-0?
Yeah.
Okay. So, no. Good. Stay away, Mush. So, look. so listen.
You forgot the full description. Bonafide jinx. Is what I
No,
was called.
no. You were called a
harbinger of strife and
Mush
misfortune.
and tea.
a harbinger of strife and misfortune. That
That's
will
a
go down.
nasty label.
That would go down in history. I'm telling you, I feel like I'm getting ready to watch like Friday the 13th, part 9, right? Who is this? He's a harbinger of strife and misfortune.
Don't have a Wikipedia description of it. Dude, anything with harbinger doesn't sound good.
Right. No. Because like anybody ever heard he's a harbinger of niceness? No.
Never.
Harbinger of death, harbinger of destruction, strife. Yeah.
That man
Harbinger
just plain bad.
Right. Harbinger is yeah. Wow. I mean, I got to tell you, awesome article.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It
almost like he had that ready to go, and talking to you confirmed it.
Thought we were going to talk about what's it like doing sports radio in 2 Mars of the championship. This guy completely hoodwinked me. And
He didn't.
Oh, you're a mush, eh? Yeah, tell me more about that, Shane. Yeah.
No, hey,
Radio Burt Sugar.
no. Guess what? All the facts were presented, and the facts were Bob was going on about his day. You went and had an interview with him, and then all of a sudden,
He got replaced by a hockey G leaguer.
right. So I mean, I'm sorry if I want the Panthers to win, that it is my duty to keep you as far away from Bob as possible.
I'm going to ask Mike Bolt if the Panthers win, can we put harbinger of misfortune on the cup?
Dude, can I tell you?
Point for
I got to tell you. For that thing being 100+ years old,
Pretty good shape.
Pretty good shape. Now there are a couple of things in it that I guess they just couldn't fix.
Dude, I just heard a story.
What?
Like Yamir wanted the cup with him, and
Oh yeah, the dude was in the other room,
and he had to be in the other room.
Yeah.
Well, we were here's the thing. I didn't know that story. Leroy
I knew
brought
that
that
story,
up yesterday,
right?
Because I asked him, "Hey, what's the crazy thing?" And he wouldn't go into it. I'm like, "That's kind of weird." Like you wouldn't, but
Well,
he must get asked that question all the
time. It's
Well, because everybody knows the story with Yager,
I didn't know that.
but nobody knows where he or the other cup protector were.
I know where they were.
But we know one person who didn't care if they was sitting in the bed next to him.
Stanley.
Yager.
Oh, Stanley.
Yeah. Yager didn't care. But yeah, so and then the other thing is if you drink a beer, the person who's got the cup has to pour the beer.
You can't pour
You
it.
can't pour it into the cup.
I know. It's crazy.
That's all right. We ready.
We ready, dude.
We ready.
Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM.
This commercial is for all women with mustaches. Wear them proud. That's what this commercial is.
Take you up until 2 o'clock. Our cat talk we did last segment was brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. But a nice surprise. We were walking around
Sneak
the hallway.
attack.
Sneak attack.
No, but I saw earlier. He said, "Where's Tobin at?"
So Ully The Monster Diaz in studio here with us. What's going on, Ully? How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing great. Thank you so much again for putting me. I just came to say hi and I got to sit down and do a little radio interview. So thank you, man. Great to see you guys.
We appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we've been talking about Cleveland.
That's right. Shout out to my wife Ashley, aka Dana Brooke on WWE. She's from Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, that's wild. This is crazy, man. So you're fighting up on the coming up in a week plus. You're fighting on the Mayweather card down at FLA Live.
Yes, sir. 10 days away at the FLA Live Arena. The day after the Panthers play one of their Stanley Cup games. I'm fighting on the Floyd Mayweather undercard. As of right now, they have me as the co-main event. You know, I fought for them in London back in February. I was the co-main event, but then they put two of those bad girls club fights ready for me. So we'll see what happens this time.
Oh, listen, I understand. Anytime you're gonna have a fight down, you gotta have Ully Diaz in the crowd. You bring a crowd like none other down here, dude.
Yes,
it's a wild thing. This is your second time on the Mayweather card? Weren't you in England on this last card?
Yeah. Over at the Mayweather card.
So how did that tie come together? How did you get found by Mayweather people? That whole connection.
Well, I'm good friends with one of Mayweather's business partners. You know, shout out to it's called Limitless, and I saw. Like in December of last year, I saw Floyd fought like in Dubai. So I texted, my guy, and I was like, hey, man, let me get on one of those cards. He's like, we got one in February coming up in London. Sure enough, he kept his word. I didn't even have to reach out. He called me, hey, what's up? You want to fight in London? Absolutely. And everything just, everything just goes snowballed until they fight. It was great.
Have you gotten to interact with him at all in the watches? I know he's it's a different thing. Like I know he kind of just goes.
Yeah, I haven't got to interact with him. He comes with like 100 people everywhere he goes. Yeah. So no, I haven't really. And whenever he comes in, he does his thing. Whether he shows up or not, you never know. So dude, I do my thing and I get out of there. I try
seeing him at a Heat game. He's got like that whole the whole security squad that comes through. It's a different deal when it comes to Mayweather. But this is cool, man. So like you're one of the most fascinating fighters out there because you do everything. Like you box, bare knuckle, MMA. Like what goes into you deciding on when you're in the mood to do a certain type of combat sport?
You know what, man? I just love fighting, period. Fighting got me in a ton of trouble as a young man, as a lot of you guys know.
Doing it now.
Yeah, exactly. And now I turn that whole lifestyle around. I get paid for doing it. I get notoriety. I get chances like this to be on the radio with you guys. So whenever opportunity, comes to me, I see what I can do. Again, I'm 42 years old. I love boxing because it's less demanding than MMA is. I've had back surgery. I've had knee surgery. So, MMA, I got to think about it and
it's like
see
a
what
bucket list thing. Like you've done it.
Exactly.
It's in the past.
Exactly. And actually yesterday I was with my son and we were watching the new Tough, the Ultimate Fighter show. And he's like, Dad, I want you to be on that show. I'm like, son, I'm old. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? For you, I'll try anything, man. So after this fight, maybe I'll get back into rolling around.
Listen, man, it has been an incredible thing to see because you've been, we've gone back to your Hard Rock days here, watching you come up and bringing, all your people there to see you fight and to go into like record breaking performances in bare knuckle, man. Like it really has been like to see your hard work pay off and get that notoriety. It has to be super rewarding for you and your family.
Oh man, it's amazing. Like it's like nothing else in the world. And like you just said, I have the fastest knockout in combat sports history. That's something that nobody ever saw coming. And I got into the sport late. I turned professional at 35. So I've been in the game now 7 years, nonstop. If I could say really fighting saved my life. It took me out of the street life, got me into something professional, got me around, the right people. And it's amazing what's just happening when you stay consistent.
What's the biggest difference between the boxing and the bare knuckle? Like as far as like when you fight with nothing on, is it like, because we've seen you have a devastating knockouts with nothing on your hands. Like can you just like describe when you go and do? Is there a mindset difference? Is it a technique difference? Like, what are the things that stand out as the difference between a boxing match and a bare knuckle match?
Man, the only difference is it's all in your heart, man. Because when you get hit with no gloves on, that's when you find out if you want to be in there or not. You know what I mean? But that's the main difference, man. You know, it's the same boxing style. It's a little bit of a range difference just because without the gloves on, it's just a couple inches, and it might sound funny, but there is a difference. But it all comes down to when you get hit. When you get hit, you're like, oh man, do I want to be here? You know, because you get hit. You know, I have 15 professional boxing matches. I've never been cut in one fight. Thank God. And we'll knock on wood. In bare knuckle, you get grazed and you're getting cut. You know, and I've had some great wars. I got to go to war with Thiago Alves, a UFC veteran. It was an amazing fight. It should have been fight of the year. It was for a belt. You know, I fought another champion, Francisco Ricci, and one punch cut me. And both fights, thank God, I've never been knocked out, but both fights got stopped because of cuts. So that's the big difference there.
Do you think you'll get back into bare knuckle? Like, do you think that's still in the cards? Like, do you want to keep doing that?
Absolutely, man. I feel like I'm one of the pioneers. I fought, you know, my first fight was on bare knuckle BKFC number 10. You know, they're by going into 40 right now. Shout out to David Feldman. He's grown that company amazing. A lot of people are getting involved. A lot of ex-UFC fighters. And yeah, man, I still got a lot of fighting to do.
From this perspective, you're a local guy down here. What have you made of the South Florida sports scene right now? It's been crazy. Heat in the finals, Panthers.
It's amazing, man. It's a great time to be alive. Great time to be from Miami, Florida right now. You know, I was around when they were throwing rats in the ring years ago. And we're back. I'm actually fighting in that same arena the day after they play a Stanley Cup game, which is it's great in itself. Miami Heat, man, I'm a huge fan. Shout out to UD, man. That's my guy. We go back to high school together. So it's great to see Miami or just South Florida itself doing their thing in sports.
That's pretty well. So you went back to UD sort of days?
Yeah, man. He's not gonna like that I said this, but I played for Southwest High School back in like '98, and we were the first team to beat Miami High at home. Came out on the front page of Miami Herald, and it was amazing, man. You know, but UD's been doing his thing since back then, and it's great to see a hometown guy, hometown team. You know, vet 20 years long, and we're in the finals, man. And he's a big part of all that, you know.
Who are you taking on, man? What do you make of this opponent coming up on June 11th?
Well, it's a rematch against me and a guy. His name is Khalis Kareem. He's from London. So I fought him on his home turf. Now he's coming back to my home turf. Young guy. He's like 8 or 9 and 0, you know, because we're doing an exhibition fight. So if there's no clear knockout, they raise both our hands. That's what happened last time. We had a great fight. That's why they're bringing us both back. That's why they want a rematch, because you know, not to put anybody down, but we had the fight of the night that night. We left it all in the ring. So he's a tough guy, tough young kid, and you know, he's coming to fight, and I can't wait to show him what South Florida is all about when he gets in that ring and everybody's screaming crazy. You know,
he's not listening. I don't think he knows what he's in for when you
That's right.
When he sees that welcome. I mean, like, I know the British have passionate fans. I don't think he's seen anything like your crowds down here, man.
Absolutely.
Yuli, appreciate the time, man.
Thanks, man.
Stopping by. Best of luck. Go watch Ully Diaz, FLA Live Arena, June 11th. Go check him back in the ring. Support one of our own out there.
Thank you guys so much for the opportunity, man. I truly appreciate it. And Miami, stand up!
We'll be back after this.
or University.
Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock. Thanks again to Ully Diaz for stopping by. We got a game one tonight, people. Heat, Nuggets, got Rats off a ship coming up as well. J-Fig will give us topics. We will decide where the Rats go. J-Fig, hello. Are you okay? You got a little under the weather. You got some, I don't know, like little cat
along
fever?
with some allergies. Yeah, what's just going on?
You got some bad allergies going on? It's that time of
Yeah,
year.
I just got here right now.
How's Scooby? How is our Scooby?
It's doing well.
Like, wow, Scoops.
He's laying down right now. He's not gonna come up.
How fired up are you for tonight, J-Fig? What does the plan look like for you watching game one? We know you as a Heat lifer back in the finals. What are your emotions going through today as they take on this Joker and these Nuggets?
I'm really excited. I want to see what both teams bring to the court and just feel out the vibe of tonight. So I don't know. I'm just really excited for tonight.
Me too. I can't wait. Leroy, you got the Goosey for tonight?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Finals, dude.
Let me tell you something. There's nothing that gives you the Goosies more than a team that you've been going through it with all year.
Yep.
Screaming, fighting, crying, exhausted, wearing you down mentally, and they get to this point. Oh, I'm excited. I already I went and got a fresh bag of ice. I got me a couple of extra berry monkeys, right?
You go to the jacuzzi, Jay?
Oh, yeah. But here's the deal. Game 1, game 7, I was on that hard liquor because I didn't know when to lose. I don't know how I was going to deal with it.
You in that brown?
Right?
I think you bring out the hard liquor for those games.
No,
I love when brothers say we on that hard liquor. So we on that brown. Basically, you on the brown.
But check this out. You can't do that for game 1 because I don't want to show panic, right? It's just game 1. It's just game 1.
A nice beer.
Listen, I'm not a big drinker, so I crack a couple of beers, but that'll get me, going, and then I just drink some Simplies to keep it maintained. Right? That's right, Scooby. I'm telling you.
Scooby.
Hit the Simplies so you don't get
So
too
we
tore
know
up.
Scooby's favorite drink is Simplies.
Yeah.
He started barking like there was no other.
So the thing is, though, I only pull out the hard stuff when it's life or death, right? Elimination game. So just imagine how it was for them last 4 games for the Heat Celtics, because I always thought I was celebrating, right? I had to go 3 games. I had to go 4 games to finally celebrate.
Yeah.
So
By
that
the
was
way,
good.
I love this. This is going on right now. We're like getting all the stories of the Celtics where they're like, oh, the owner walked in there and he said, you guys got to start playing with some balls. And I'm like, cool story. They still lost. Does anybody love almost stories more than the Celtics? We almost got this guy. That was the Danny Ainge special. Now we had an inspiring speech to have us come up short in game 7.
Here's the deal. Like, one of the things that I love about what Spo has said is this. You can say whatever you want about whoever you want or how you want or the conditions or whatever. The game is going to be decided in between those 4 lines. So the owner, the coach, the GM, everybody can say whatever they want. The thing that I like about the Heat is that the message from Pat to Spo to Jimmy to UD is consistent.
Right.
The message is the same. How we go about things is the same. And there's a lot to be said about that. When your whole organization is thinking the same way, win, lose, or draw, you have an advantage over a lot of teams because guess what? Soon as things start going bad, nobody want to be at fault. Everybody looking for a way out. I mean, even Missoula tried, right? When he said we won 3 quarters.
Right.
But you lost 1 by 20.
So did the Hurricanes coach, the Carolina Hurricanes coach. He said, we're not really a sweep. Not really a sweep.
Right.
I'm like
you can try to, you can spin it. Now, so, and he's tried to do it twice. Joe Mazzulla tried to do it twice because he said, that's on me. I didn't get him ready. Right. So he tried to take the heat off of, because Tatum's not a real talker. Right. He's kind of a quiet star. Jaylen Brown will say more. Jaylen Brown will take it. He said, look, that's on me. I played terrible.
Yep.
Right? You know, and so from that standpoint, we all take for granted that everybody's on the same page, that the organization, the coaches, that everybody's on the same page. That's a lie. It's hard to get that. Most of the time you get that with winning. But this organization, I mean, losing 4 or 5 games in a row and coming back and saying it was one of the best things that could have happened to us on this road trip, and we all looking at them like they're crazy. And now you see in this situation now, yeah, man, it's like, I don't take that for granted. I don't take everybody being on the same page. And when I mean on the same page, I don't mean locked in offensively and defensively. I mean, I'm talking about the attitude that comes from the building.
Even Kevin Love was talking about this yesterday. He was like, you know, guy who is, you know, champion. He's been everywhere. And he was like, you know, being benched in the last couple of games. And he goes, I got it. I understood the matchup. And maybe he's just saying that. Maybe that's, you know,
that's a vet thing.
It's a vet thing. Like you got that whole image up front of like, we're all on the same page, you know, and
right.
Maybe he will be used more in the series. I don't know. I mean, you know, much bigger team. Maybe Kevin Love will have a role in this one. But you know, they all seem lockstep. But did you hear though? Yesterday, Spo was tired of the heat culture questions. Did you hear about this?
Oh yeah.
Here was Spo on somebody asked, Erik, what does heat culture mean to you?
From your perspective, how would you define heat culture and what separates?
I think it's been defined enough. I think you can just look at all the whatever 1,000 other articles about it. I don't think anybody wants to hear about it. It's something we believe in. It's for us. It's not for everybody. I also think you do have to credit and acknowledge Denver's culture. They have a very strong culture. I don't think it's a coincidence that the two teams have been able to have sustained success, and they've done a great job of building their culture. You know, Mike and his staff have just done a tremendous job of building a system that fits, you know, perfectly around their two top players, and you know they do all the right things. You're not going to have any kind of weaknesses or glitches or cracks in a culture or professionalism or anything like that. And we feel the same way about our group. So I just think it's set up for great competition.
Hey, man. I see some party fouls going on in the chat.
What's going on?
What happened? What do you mean?
What's wrong?
Hold on.
What's
going on?
What's up?
Hugo.
Okay.
We ain't at a cheese and wine. We're at a basketball game. The party's on Leroy. Today I will have some wine, some beer, save the hard liquor for elimination games.
Let him do what he has to do.
I know, but who's drinking wine?
Ain't nobody drinking no damn.
It's
You don't drink
Thursday.
no wine at a sporting event?
Well, he's probably
Bougie?
at home.
Some people
Oh,
like
you
wine.
bougie, huh?
Nah, Jim Mandich would improve this.
Nah, I'd have some wine once in a
No,
while.
you
Watch-
wouldn't.
Jim
Oh,
Mandich
yeah.
would
Dude,
not
that-
approve.
That wine in the box, you redneck, don't count.
That's not true. I'm a sommelier, dude. They call me the silly sauce sommelier.
You're the worst.
Hey, and Mad
Wine
Dog
is
ain't
one.
wine.
I mean, Mad Dog 2020.
Dude, there's nothing that makes you feel rich more in college than if you could go into a store and come out with 2 bottles of liquor and you only had like $7.
Oh, come on, man.
Now, one of them might be Wild Irish Rose and one might be Mad Dog, but you got liquor.
What about when you standing outside the convenience store and you just hoping?
No, no, dude, because then it officially goes from in college getting your drink on to bum juice. If you doing it on the corner, it's bum juice.
No, you need somebody to get you the alcohol.
No, I ain't never need that. I'm from
Not
New
at
Orleans.
Not at the corner Exxon down over here on Barry.
No, I'm from New Orleans, dude. I'm from New
Wow,
Orleans.
way to throw them under the bus.
I'm from New Orleans. You
Statute of limitations is
dude.
over.
All you needed to
I don't
buy,
even think it's an Exxon anymore.
all you needed to buy liquor in New Orleans is a mustache. I had a mustache when I was 14, 15 years old.
All you need was a mustache.
That's
All you
it.
need around
If
here.
you look old enough and some money,
All you need in this neighborhood.
people don't say, listen,
A mustache.
when I grew up, Nobody said no to money.
All I needed around this neighborhood was my Buccaneers ID. That'd be fine.
That's it.
Didn't even need a DOB.
So what if a girl can get alcohol from Leroy if she had a mustache?
Yeah.
That girl in the commercial,
Amazon commercial.
the Amazon commercial, that girl could get liquor.
I get ID'd all the time. So
Huh?
I get
No,
ID'd
but
all
see,
the time.
here,
so I can't do
here,
anything.
here. Hold on, J Fig. Let me hip you to the games of the man. Okay, I would card you every time anyway to see what's up. Who this is? Hello, Jennifer. What's up? You know, like let's not see. Guys have tactics.
That's creepy.
Guys have tactics to get conversation with women.
Yeah,
right.
Like your
You
license.
don't work with me. Sorry.
They did that with you for your car, your tag.
I know what you're gonna say. You just got to bring up Goff.
Did it work? No, it didn't.
Oh, nobody said it's gonna work. I'm just saying, listen, guys don't have the best plans all the time. Sometimes the simplest of plans work, but you think you have to be elaborate. You think you have to be special. You have to do something different. And that's not always the case, but we try.
And calling me Jennifer with the G, you just lose it all the way.
We'll take a quick break. Get to our favorite Wednesday game. That's next. Rats off a ship. Take you guys up until 2 o'clock. We got NBA Finals Game 1 tonight.
Hey, D-Sizzle, I don't appreciate that. Leroy, of course you know about drinking young. You were born during Prohibition. Yeah, and I went to school with Apollo Creed.
Oh, man.
Carl Weathers?
Oh, you weren't here for that.
Jennifer with a G.
No.
Wouldn't that be Jennifer?
What do you have today for Rats off a sheep?
All right, number 1. The Dolphins getting Dalvin Cook today with their newfound cap space.
I know the cap space day, baby, because the Bye Jones money comes off the cap today.
Is he done with football? I thought he was like messed up, right?
He didn't seem close to playing football. The last update we've gotten from him.
Right.
So all the best to Byron Jones. That being said, his cap space money is now free. Do the Dolphins get Dalvin Cook? I'm not rats off a ship. Listen, the Dalvin Cook thing just doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. I don't know what the money, even if it's a 1-year deal. Let's do a little 1-year homecoming deal for Dalvin Cook. Doesn't seem like the Minnesota Vikings want him. Let's have some fun, baby. Leroy?
Rats off a ship.
Why?
Here's why. Because the 13 or 14 million that you have can be used for positions that are more important at this juncture than running back, which you have filled with guys you like.
A-Chain, Mostert,
Right.
Wilson.
So I'm just going by, needs, right? I'm not looking at it from a standpoint of, is Dalvin Cook good enough to play on this team? No, of course he is. I'm not saying that. But for this team and their needs, if you spend free money on a player that I don't think he's going to be much better than the guys you have. Keep in mind, you got 2 running backs that average 5 yards a carry. So when you say I'm bringing somebody else in, he has to be substantially better for you to now not use those guys.
I mean, his resume is substantially better.
No, it is. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
How much of an upgrade is he than the guys you have?
He's an upgrade in splash.
No, that.
I like names.
Why, when we have a conversation, you have to go there?
I like names.
You just go, right. I know, but like trying to be responsible here,
huh?
Right? Being responsible, how much money will you have to spend for more than 4.5, 5 yards a carry? Because that's what you got out of the guys you have. Not worth it, right? I don't care how good he is.
Rats off a ship.
Sizzle?
Yeah, sizzle.
What about the guys you have? No sizzle?
A little sizzle.
Okay. I'll take the money already spent for a little sizzle and try to get a big splash somewhere else.
Are you saying it's like a Ruth Chris, way overrated?
No, I'm not saying he's overrated. I'm just saying that based on what you have, how much better is he going to be than those guys? He's not going to be that much better with the money you're going to have to spend.
Interesting.
So at some point, you got to start thinking about this financially and not about, it's not like they went into the season saying, we need to get a running back. In fact, what the coach said was, there were times I wish I had run it more.
He did say that.
So, right. He didn't say he couldn't run it. He said he just didn't do it. Even more reason when you say he gets in a situation where he refused to run the ball, even more reason why I'm not going to go spend a bunch of money for another running back.
Rats off a ship.
Just being reasonable, baby. Just being reasonable.
I just like, I just want the, like a sign at the game, we're cooking now with some sizzle.
-1 for Sass.
Like,
good lessons. Good argument.
5 minutes of football honesty.
Yeah, and you got 3 seconds of
You
fandom.
ruin it.
He
Every
didn't
time we
do
have
it.
a conversation, you ruin it.
J-Fig, what about you? Where are your rats with Dalvin Cook?
I'm not rats off a ship.
Homecoming. Vlad?
Being reasonable.
How many running backs you guys need?
I don't know.
That's my point. You think you're going to get him cheap?
No.
Okay. Is
And
it
you got
worth
the
that
other
money?
guys for cheap.
Is it worth that money?
Oh. Maybe.
Dude,
Let me ask you this: would you rather save that money for maybe a defensive end or something later on in the season?
Who are you gonna get?
Here's what
Let's
I would
make
say.
this point.
Let's make this point.
Best player you could get right now is Dalvin Cook.
No, it's actually DeAndre Hopkins, but you don't need it.
No, DeAndre Hopkins can't run.
The best player you could get right now is Dalvin Cook. Best player. I mean, they may use this cap space and they may just do a bunch of deals. I don't know. They may give Sealer money, Wilkins money, the center money. I don't know.
That sounds more like what they would do. Because they've gone out of their way to take care of their own.
I mean, he's kind of our own. He's from down here.
No. Will you stop? Stop.
-1.
Leroy, what are you eating?
Really thought I could
eating?
get you on board, Vlad.
Crisp and tasty.
What's number 2, J-Fig?
Caleb Martin winning NBA Finals MVP.
He should.
Interesting.
He should have won the Eastern Conference MVP.
I just looked at the odds. He is plus 4,500.
I'm in
to win Finals MVP.
I'm parlaying. I'm parlaying my money.
I don't think I'm rats off. I don't think I'm rats off a ship on it. He's on too big of a heater right now. To
no
deny.
pun intended.
Yeah, it's just like obviously Jimmy and Jokic are the favorites. Jamal Murray's probably, but then it goes Bam, and I would say probably think that Caleb's got a better shot of winning it than Bam.
Yep, because you know who Caleb might have in front of him?
Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, who is not
Ole. That's basically his nickname. Ole. Ole.
So I'm not.
Hey, sometimes he guards like a big old shower cover.
Where are your rats?
I'm not rats off a ship. I got a little bonus.
I got
a little house money. I might go ahead and do something with it.
What about you, J-Fig? Caleb Martin, rats? You think he's got
not
a good
rats
shot?
off the ship? I definitely do think he does.
A little peak of interest. Vlad?
No, I'm not rats off, man. Come on, man. He should have won Eastern Conference.
He should have won.
He should have.
I'm not. This is no knock on Jimmy. We all have love and respect for Jimmy, but the most consistent player in that Heat team for those 7 games was Caleb Martin.
Somebody says Tobin not being reasonable right now, blinded by Goosies.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Interesting.
Is that anything new though?
Not really.
No, I've been fighting this battle for
I look at life through Goosey's goggles, you know?
Exactly. What? So
Goosey's goggles.
What the hell's wrong?
Point for Tobin.
Just for the alliteration.
What's number 3, J-Fig?
the Marlins making the playoffs 29-7. They're tied in the National League East for second place with the Mets.
I'm not right off a ship. It's not crazy. I mean, they're winning one-run games like crazy right now. I got to think Sandy gets it right at some point with this control thing. I don't know about Jazz. I mean, you know, turf toe is a tough injury, but they haven't needed him. You know, they've been winning these one-run games. They're just, you know what the Marlins are doing? Just hanging around, dude. Just hanging around. And you know what? Normally they're going off to awful starts. A couple games over 500. Right there with the Mets. Only 4 games back in the NL East. Now, they have gotten killed by the Braves and the Mets this year.
Oh.
And their run differential's like minus 45. But I can't rule it out. I can't be rats off a ship right now. This ship is well afloat. Leroy?
I'm not rats off a ship. It's too early in the season, and it's been the first time in a while they've been right around 500 this late. So I'm gonna ride it out a little bit, see if they can turn some things around, get guys healthy. Sandy still hasn't,
still hasn't tightened up.
He hasn't tightened up yet. So I think there's time. But the good news is that they're right around 500.
J-Pig?
Not rats off a ship. I said from the beginning of this season that I felt something different in the air. So
wow, you said that?
I did.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Vlad?
Come on, man. I'm rats off the ship, man.
Rats off the ship. Rats off the ship.
Right out there, man.
Come on, man. It's the Marlins, bro.
They might get it going.
Get it good.
They might keep it going.
Bro, by the time the Marlins get it going, you'll still be hungover from a Heat NBA final ring or a Stanley Cup final trophy. Come on, man. Yeah, you guys are good. Now, nobody cares about the Marlins right now.
Number 4, J-Fig?
All right, guys. Leroy, pay attention.
I'm paying attention.
All right. Stephen A. Smith needing to discuss Josh Hart's tweet. He tweets, "Have y'all ever tasted y'all significant other's breast milk? Asking for a friend."
He's not asking for a friend.
Nope.
He's asking for himself. And Stephen A. Smith said he was going to lead off his show yesterday discussing this. And to which I would say, I hear Stephen A. Smith's opinions on a lot of things. I do.
This is number one.
I don't want to hear his opinion on breast milk.
Rats off the ship on here and Stephen A.
Breast
Smith.
milk.
I want to
talking
know
about-
what he has to say.
I mean, just the way he would enunciate lactation.
All the things going on in the world, and this man is asking questions about lactation.
Now,
the unmitigated gall of this man to have this conversation on social media.
See, this is why I would want to see what's
No wonder
going
he
on.
wasn't focused on stopping Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I would love to see that. There's calcium,
Dude.
It has a lot of nutritional value.
That's the only thing you know about?
Oh,
There's calcium?
I'm just saying, I could go more, but this is a family show.
I'm trying to.
It's always a family show.
Oh yeah. Rats off the ship.
Now rats off a ship.
Rats off a ship.
I don't want to hear that nonsense.
J-Fig?
So I want to hear what he has to say, just because I think it'd be funny. However, I am rats off a ship. Josh Hart tweeting that. Like, what is
Just
wrong?
Josh Hart, keep it to yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know what? There is such thing as TMI, guys.
Oh,
Was
man.
he
That
drunk
from the bird
when he
killer.
sent that out? Yeah. That don't sound like a sober tweet. Could you imagine him going to this girl? Hold on, before I do this, let me put it out there.
Well, I mean, obviously you like to know context. Did his lady just have a baby? Like, you
I
like
would
to know
assume
that.
so. I mean, I would assume.
I would
Right.
assume so.
So,
Dude,
well,
are you familiar with the female anatomy?
I'm
You
just
don't
saying,
just
Josh
walk
Hart-
around with.
I don't know what Josh Hart's be shaking the referee's hands. Okay, who shakes the referee's hands?
He apparently became Josh Hart became a father to twins before Game 6 against the Heat. So these are new babies.
Already? He already stealing?
Seriously.
Let them get their drink on. They just came into this world, and you already stealing.
How about that? She's got double faucets going.
Hey man, listen, like
Two
Big Pun
babies.
said, get your own. I paid for those. Get your own.
I wonder if they have to like do the little things like like the cousin from Vacation.
Oh, you talking about the cans with the straws? Oh, that'd be great. That milk will be streaming, boy.
Hey,
Oh man! All right.
sorry, Jennifer.
That's rats off the ship. We're back.
You
after
brought it
this.
up. She's got the look of disgust.
Broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass Auto Mall studio.
Back. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560. Take you guys up until 2 o'clock.
Man, this is 90s. Y'all can't beat this music.
That's what I'm saying too, dude. I
You
always
can
say
just
about
sit
that.
in
I always
sit
say
in
that
your
about this
car
music. I always say that.
and listen to music, right? Now I can't understand what the hell they saying. The beats all sound the same,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. So I always say too,
You're classic, Toby.
That's what I say too, dude.
You're
Always.
classic.
You know what he does? They call me the Rain Club. This dude rains on more thoughts that I have than anybody.
It's not true, man.
Really? We talking about 90s R&B and hip hop.
Oh, the best.
Point for Tobin.
Let's get some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Let's all right. Marlins are coming up soon. I think Marlins start at 110. So we got that coming up.
So let me ask you this. You would kick the tires on D-Hop?
DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah.
Nah. Wide receiver set.
So running back.
I don't know.
No, it is. Like, dude, there's no other team in the NFL. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. There's no other team in the NFL that had 2 running backs average 5 yards a carry. Okay? And you
Well, they
want,
weren't the whole
and
season.
You want,
though. They weren't
what?
the whole season. They didn't average the whole, Jeff Wilson came in the middle of the season.
So what?
So
what?
Doing a little window dress.
So you can't window dress 5 yards a carry in the NFL. What are you doing?
Why is that hard?
How many players in the history of the NFL for a career have averaged 5 yards a carry?
5?
1, maybe 2. I want to say Barry, and it might not even be 5 yards. I don't think anybody did. And then Jamal Charles, believe it or not.
Oh.
And that's just off the top of my head. So let me check. Let me do stats and info real quick. Keep it going. Keep it going.
All right. So the Marlins are in action. They have Heat. They'll be taking on the Denver Nuggets. And that gets going today at 8:30. So we got that going on. 7 o'clock preheat. So we got that. Can I hear a little bit from Bam Adebayo? Bam Adebayo was discussing yesterday the greatness of Caleb Martin and how he's been playing lately. This was what Bam had to say about Twin and how good he's balling. Doing fantastic. Or just take my word for it. He said good things.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Running backs that average 5 yards a carry. Now, there's 3 quarterbacks here. I'm not counting them. Okay? And one is old as hell. Mary Motley averaged 5.7.
Oof.
Jamal Charles, 5.4. Nick Chubb, 5.2. Jim Brown averaged 5.2. Mercury Morris, 5.1.
How about that?
Aaron Jones, 5.1. Jonathan Taylor, 5.1. And Joe Perry, who nobody knows. And Gale Sayers.
He's on Aerosmith, dude.
Gale Sayers and Barry Sanders.
Point.
So that's the list. But keep in mind, Gale Sayers played 6 years. Barry Sanders played 9 years. Okay? So that is amazing. When you talk about 9 years, averaging 5 yards a carry, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Jamal Charles, 10 years, average 5.4.
It's pretty good.
Right. You got 2 running backs that average 5 yards a carry. So
what is their average of splash? What?
Why are you doing this? Dalvin Cook, you want to know what his average is?
I would.
4.7.
It's pretty good. Guy's good. Hey.
Nobody questioned that.
And the Vikings don't want him.
Huh?
They don't want him anymore.
Nope.
They're lost.
Priest Holmes averaged 4.6 in 10 years. That's pretty good.
What about Jay Ajayi? Why don't you look at me?
Because you're testing his patience.
Testing my patience. Yes.
I just like fun stuff, man. That's all.
Okay.
Why do you got to judge me?
I'm not judging you.
560, you're on the air. Hey, 560, you're on the air.
Can you turn off your goal horn?
Yeah, what are you, Bobrovsky? Hell out of here. Who needs you anyway? Huh? Ridiculous. I can't wait until tomorrow's reaction when the Heat take game one, like how everybody's going to be like, "What? We spent all of that day yesterday saying that Denver was going to dominate this series." And then Miami takes game one again. And they're going to be like, "Oh, no. What do we do? We said they were going to be the next Warriors." Like, what are they going to do, dude? What is ESPN going to do? What is Stephen A. Smith going to do? Is he going to debate Miami Heat game one win, this or 99? It's hard to say. It's hard to say how they'll go with that. I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
But what
if
are they gonna
somebody
do?
says that on any,
it was already said. It was a topic today.
hard to say.
Oh, hard to say? Hard to say.
Yeah. Oh, no. You know what starts today, too?
What?
Golf.
What golf?
The Jack Nicklaus in Dublin, Ohio.
Oh.
The memorial. Know that because
the old love memorials.
No, they were asking if I was going there because
-1.
Why?
Dude.
Leroy's face just said I had to give you a -1. He looked like he had a Skip and Shannon moment right now.
You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? This dude is playing Jimmy Butler defense on the show.
That's not true.
Right? You go out of your way to I'll make a comment, right? Let's review.
Yeah.
In the last 2 minutes, I mentioned a football player.
Yeah.
You say he was in a band. Right?
Oh, the Joe Perry, that was great. That was great.
I mentioned the Memorial Golf Tournament is a big tournament in PGA.
Considered like maybe the 5th major sometimes.
No,
yes?
no,
Or
it's
the
big.
sixth, it's one of those.
It's big because it's one of
Yeah.
Jack's event, right? Played at a awesome golf course. And what do you say to me? The old Lover Memorial, right? So how am I not supposed to take out of this our last communications? How am I not supposed to take out of that this dude is playing defense against your offense? How am I not supposed to take that out of that?
It's just when it comes to Dalvin Cook, I don't want to miss a thing.
Can I just say this?
Yeah.
I don't think you realize it. Dalvin Cook doesn't make you that much better.
Yeah, but you would say though for your backfield to put you back in the saddle.
-1.
See what I'm saying? And the
You
problem
can't let
is-
it go. Like
you can't let it go.
Can't let
You
it go.
keep going.
You can't.
What?
You know what? You had 3 of them things. You had 3 good ones.
And then you can't quit.
And then you
No, he's
couldn't
not
quit.
gonna stop. He's not. Listen, if you keep giving him +1s, he gonna keep going till he get minus. He gonna keep going till he get a
He
-1
already did.
because he think, oh, I am accurate today. Oh, today I'm on fire.
Oh yeah, he thinks he's
Yeah.
oh, yeah, he's shooting.
So basically, that last one was a heat check.
A fan can dream on.
Why is he like this?
Why is he like this? Because it's Thursday, right?
And it's game 1 of the Heat
I love it.
Nuggets. He's happy right now. What's gonna be at the Tobin household tonight?
I don't know, dude. Who knows?
Because you said you drank a lot of beer after game 6. So
As he should.
Well, game 7, you jumped into the Red Sea.
That's right.
You had to have something.
No jumps tonight. Game 6 is about game 1 is let's set the tone. That's
I'm saying for the Panthers, you jumped in the Red Pool.
Yep.
And then for the Heat,
Yep.
you bust open a bottle of Dr. Pepper or something. and then jumped in the pool again.
It was actually a bottle of Funky Buddha.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You wasting beer, dude?
I mean, it wasn't a waste to me.
No, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Which one was it?
I don't like beer, but if somebody throwing it away, I try it. Right? I'm not into wasting hard-earned liquor.
Fair point. Ricardo, what's going on, man?
Good afternoon, Tobes, Leroy, Vlad, J-Fig. How we doing today?
What's happening?
Good, man.
Hello. Awesome. Just wanted to stumble upon because, I was out here doing my courses and going through things.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently so, ESPN has yet again want to disrespect our Miami Heat organization and give us a 11% chance.
Yeah. We
How
talked
are you feeling about this?
Well, actually, it's funny you mentioned Ricardo. We thanked them earlier for giving us. They were so generous in giving us 8% chance more in this series than they did against the Celtics. So we started off today with gratitude for ESPN. Thank you, ESPN. Thank you for such a leap of faith.
Well, I mean, more fuel to the fire, as we always say, right? We do appreciate that. But I don't know if it was discussed earlier. I had just got on about an hour or so ago.
Listen, it has been discussed, but we appreciate you checking.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
You've listened to our show a long time, right?
Yes, sir. For about 2.5 years now, I think it's been.
And Tobin, right? You think something like that is gonna get by?
Oh no! Like you said, I expect that to be the first thing that you just mentioned in the show today.
It came out. I still had sleep in my eyes, and he was already talking about disrespect.
I can tell you right now, happened the second segment.
Second segment.
I found disrespect in the most respectful series ever.
Yeah.
These guys, these two teams going to be more respectful for each other. I'm like, oh, what's that mean, huh?
No, listen.
By that, huh?
Can I just tell you, competition and fear of failure will ramp that up real quick, right? Because right now, nothing that happens during the game matters. When it gets to the point where it starts mattering, then things change. That's the reality of it. When you've gone all these games and all these years with some of these guys in your life, in your career, to get to this moment, it ain't heated yet. It's heated when you see that Larry O'Brien and realize you still got to win 4 games. Then it's going to get heated.
Schmeeth and Schmolnick says, Jimmy will tell the team 3 words before leaving the locker room. Walk this way.
Point for Twitcher.
That's funny, man. Because it's simple.
Take a break. Back after this.
Go.
560 WQAM.
Game night.
Game night.
What are we doing? Listen, how we preparing for this game? Because this is what I'm going to do. After I go pick up Teaspoon, take her home, I'm going to go to the gym.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to get a workout. I'm going to pace myself. Here's why. If I go home and sit in front of the TV and watch some golf, I'm going to start eating, right?
And then
I
if
don't
you're
want
eating-
that. I ain't ready yet. I ain't ready to start eating yet. Game time is when I start eating, right before game time.
Gonna eat that late? 8:30?
No, I mean, I'm going to get like just a little something. I ain't going to eat heavy, right? Okay? Because then at about 7:45, we're going to turn on the jacuzzi, get my ice ready, my beverages, right? Get them all right out by the jacuzzi, ready to go. Get my speaker in the right position. Because at 8:39, because you know that game ain't starting at 8:30, which is another thing. Whole nother conversation to have on another occasion. I'm going to be plopped in that pool with the Jets on, sitting back.
Oh, we got a little Marlins action on TV now. Lizardo on the hill today.
Oh.
Got on him.
So I can't wait. But I can't eat too early. That's why I've been pacing myself. See? Got an orange.
I gotta say, what's with the oranges lately, dude?
Man, hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. Is there anything more delicious than cold orange slices? Cold.
I can name a few things.
I can think of a lot of things I'd rather have than cold orange slices. Like, not an undelicious thing, but like the most delicious?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Really? As far as fruit goes?
Well, you didn't say that.
Fruit.
You
Dude,
put,
yeah, of
you
course
put-
I'd like to eat a cheeseburger, dumbass.
Well,
we ain't
that's-
talking about that. I'm talking about in the fruit area.
Changing the game.
No, I'm not.
Changing the rules.
You know what? Go rub a mango on.
It's just very rude. Very rude. Bam Adebayo. This is what he had to say.
So mean, like today. What is wrong? See, it's your fault, Vlad. Let me tell you why. Because you empowered him. You made him feel like what he had to say. Ooh, +1, +1, +1. Yeah, he just
He got -1 when he said
don't listen-
ridiculousness.
You're lashing
Wait,
out, dude.
he does not listen to -1s. All he does is add up the pluses. He don't have a plus minus. He only have a plus, right? He don't add the minuses. He say, I scored 20 points. Not that the guy he was guarding him had 47. He don't add that.
He doesn't care about plus.
No.
Fake stat.
No.
Point for
You laughed too. You laughed. You laughed. Yeah.
I was laughing at him, not with him.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to laugh at my expense yesterday when you called me a harbinger of whatever. the
Oh,
hell.
man.
Oh, you're a
Harbinger of strife and just misfortune.
Misfortune.
Oh, dude.
It's okay, you'll never forget I
You gotta
have
put that on the wall
writing.
somewhere.
You're sure of that.
Right, yeah, because that is beautiful. I don't even know who this guy is. It's the greatest piece of writing I've ever seen.
You want this guy to win the Pulitzer?
We
Yes!
should frame
Brendan
this.
Tobin, one of the show's hosts, has a good relationship with Bobrovsky and booked him as a guest. But the interview can be traced back as a harbinger of strife and misfortune. It led Bobrovsky to lose playing time to journeyman goalie Alex Lyon and caused fans of the midday radio program to speculate as to the legitimacy of considering Tobin to be a bona fide jinx.
That's where he went.
Whoa!
Wait, that's
Man,
where he
that's a
went wrong.
Pulitzer.
No, he
Favorite
can't do
sentence.
jinx. He should have went mush.
No. This is no.
Take it up. So you want a retraction?
No,
No. I like jinx because jinx it speaks to everyone. Mush would be just local, but jinx, this is for the national audience to read as well.
Yes.
How much of a
Yes,
mush you are,
dude.
Mush, dude. Just
Dude.
with Bobrovsky, allegedly.
Dude, what does it feel like?
Feels like it doesn't feel great because
The only other harbinger I've ever met was on a movie, and he was the harbinger of death.
Yeah, that's it. He was a bad guy.
Yeah. I mean, you've never said, like, you can't say, J-Fig, you're lovely. You're a harbinger. No.
Don't go.
I
As soon
like
as you say
harbinger.
harbinger, you're evil.
Harbinger is negative.
I
Negative
Yep.
connotation
Yep.
immediately.
Yep, absolutely.
Right. There's no happy harbingers. No.
Let's hear a little bit from Bam Adebayo going into this one. Amazing series from Caleb Martin. Bam says that he has a swagger about him right now.
Man, the swagger Caleb plays with. That's my biggest thing. Because when he got here, he was truly quiet. Like Caleb is one of those people. He's like, it's like a morning person that doesn't talk in the morning, but he was like that all day. So we'll be in practice and he'll maybe say 3 words. And the only reason he'll say those 3 words to me is because I've known Caleb since we've been in high school. But now seeing him, communicate, talk, really be himself on the court, express himself, I feel like those are the biggest steps I've seen him make, and truly proud of him.
Now he puts his face or his hand in his face after hitting threes in front of Giannis and makes all the Sully and Murphs go home sad.
Listen, Caleb had to do something. When you look at your team and you see the guy talking more trash than you and Duncan Robinson, you got, I got to up my game.
No,
I got to up my game.
Got to get after
it. Duncan Robinson?
Yep.
What about Caleb? The fact that, playing this well,
First of all, he is
looking guy.
He is dominating folks.
The number increase has gone up. Like the DMs, the sliding to the DMs. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That went from him focused.
That's a 50-40.
You think his brother, while the games are going on, to get residuals?
It's good to be a twin sometimes.
His
brothers get residuals.
Is that Caleb Martin?
That's his brother.
Yeah.
His brother. Ooh. Hey, can you introduce me to your brother?
We need
yeah. Say, are you Leroy? Are you Leroy? Yeah. Can you introduce me to Tobin? I'm like, no.
We need to have Bobrovsky have a talk with Caleb. He needs to say focused.
Hey.
Focused.
No. Because here's the problem. You can't facilitate no meet and greets that involve Bobrovsky. You are not to talk to him. No, it's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous.
Paul Maurice said it.
Harbinger of strife and misfortune? No. I
Leroy.
love that phrase.
That's a great phrase. By the way, did not Paul Maurice say he doesn't even talk to his own goal?
Yes.
Well, that's by his
coach.
choice.
Wait. If the coach doesn't talk to Bobrovsky because he wants him to do his thing.
He said it. Moeller said it.
Cannibal Lecter said it. If Cannibal Lecter said it, you don't go next to that man.
Yes.
They gotta stop Jokic tonight. Here's Jimmy Butler on what they gotta do against the Big Honey. Jimmy Buckets.
You call him Big Honey?
That's one of his nicknames, Big Honey.
We will leave that game feeling we had enough.
That's not Jimmy Butler.
That's the wrong way.
It'd be funny if Paul Maurice did have some thoughts in the NBA Finals. You gotta go out there and make him uncomfortable and make tough shots. And if he gets on the power play, you try and zoom out. But here's Jimmy Butler.
Guarding him as a team with all 5 guys. He does everything so well. And we're going to have to be in the gaps. We're going to have to gain rebound. We can't have defensive lapses. And we're just going to have to get after it. I think at the end of the day, he's a major key, as DJ Khaled would say. And we're going to have to lock in.
Oh, wow. 305 shout out.
Getting a shout out.
That's what he needs. Another shout out.
Another one.
Another one.
Ralph, what's going on, man? Hello, Ralph.
Leroy.
What?
You can't do it before the game. Hang up. No, hang up. That's bad mojo.
I don't think that's the rules.
That's the rules.
Wait. Don't hang
You
up.
can't do it. That's only after a win. You can't do it before a game. You're going to jinx it.
Make up your own rules to
Listen
our
to me.
thing.
Yeah, you can make up your own rules. We got this, Leroy. Listen, buddy, I got 3 words for you, Leroy. You want to hear the 3 words, Leroy?
I want to hear them.
Do you want to hear them? Do you want to hear the 3 words, Leroy?
Yeah, man, spit it out. You done already jinxed the situation.
Heat and 6, baby. Heat and 6. Let's go.
You cannot do the winning game thing before the game is played. That's bad karma.
I don't think
we
so.
all know that.
Nah.
No. Dude.
You're overthinking it.
No, I'm not.
What else do you do? What do you
Wait. You cannot do Leroy before the game is played.
What else you believe in? Don't step on a crack?
No, I'm just saying.
Break a mirror. With
No.
ladders?
Is that not accurate? If you've done something the whole playoffs after a win, you can't do it before a win.
Ralph's just getting us hype.
No.
Everybody starts the show saying
No, you're
Leroy.
upset.
Upset because
Leroy.
they must. No, you can't.
We're fine, dude.
Is he calling you right now? I don't know.
Well, we gotta go to break so you can say hi.
All right.
Back after this. As you can see on Leroy's RoboCam, he's about to enter. Hello, Leroy!
I had to slow down, make sure that it's following me.
Yeah. It's been on point today, that
Yeah.
robot. Sometimes
Yeah.
it was following me on the way over here. I was like, hey man.
They don't know us apart? What are you doing?
I don't know. Heat, Nuggets tonight. Game 1, 8:30. 7 o'clock is your tip off.
They're doing Mac Jones on offense on the new offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien. I feel like everybody's on the same page. He don't realize that page might be to get rid of him.
That page is you're a bum. I gotta tell you, Bill, this guy Mac Jones sucks. Tell me about it. I know. He knows. Listen.
I mean, just think about it. To be honest with you, as long as Bill Belichick has been the head coach, he's never had questions about a quarterback and working until now. Because when he was in Cleveland, he had Bernie and Vinny, right? And those were guys.
Yeah,
They
Drew
work
Bledsoe.
like crazy. Then Drew Bledsoe. Then
obviously
yeah,
Tom.
Then Tom.
Yeah, it's
Right?
first for everything.
Yep.
First time for everything. You know what? Good. He needs a little bit of a humble
Everybody
pie.
need a little headache in their life.
Everybody needs. Listen, even Popovich had to go through a stinker this year. He's got Wembanyama, so I mean, I guess it paid off for old Popovich. Some guys get all the luck. Old Pop.
Doesn't he look like what's the dude's name from Kiefer Sutherland's dad?
Donald?
Yeah. With all that white hair.
Depends what he's got going. He likes the wine. Old Popovich. He likes to drink the wine after the games.
Oh, he does.
He
Big
loves
time.
the wine.
Oh
Fancy
my
wine,
God,
though.
does he?
Fancy.
You think that Denver crowd will be into it tonight? You think they'll be too high?
They'll be high.
High as hell, right?
Oh, they'll be.
What are their celebs? Who are their celebs they got bringing? Because Denver.
Elway.
Who are they're bringing out Elway?
Manning's coming.
Larry Walker.
They probably gonna bring Prime. They're gonna try to get Prime to show
Yeah,
up.
Coach. I saw that Jimmy was working out of Colorado last night.
Oh, him and Prime.
So who's he
Definitely.
rooting for, Coach
Ooh,
Prime?
I know Prime looks like
I think
he's
Prime's
a Jimmy
gonna-
guy.
Yeah, he's gonna root for Jimmy.
He's a Florida guy.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna root.
Nah,
He's not rooting
rooting
for
for-
Joker.
nah,
He's been there
nah.
for 3 seconds.
Who else they got? They got nothing.
Who do they have? Like, who are the Let me look it up. Celebrity.
They could get Shannon Sharpe now. He's gonna have free time. They got nothing.
Celebrity fans and supporters of the Denver Nuggets.
No one.
Let's see. They got Von Miller. That doesn't count.
That doesn't count if you play sports in the town. We talk. What name a star from Denver?
John Denver.
He's dead.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker, creators of South Park.
Oh, well, all right.
Okay.
Cartman.
Big Nuggets fans.
Okay.
The list. This is literally all Broncos. It's Peyton Manning, John Elway, Von Miller. That's the list.
Yeah.
That's the list.
That's amazing. Any famous people?
Nathan
from
McKinnon
Denver?
from the Avalanche.
No.
Patrick Waugh.
Patrick Waugh.
Dude, who else do they have?
Is that not crazy?
They got nothing.
Who's from Denver?
No one.
Wow.
I have one list that claims Lindsey Vaughn is a.
That's
from
because she
Colorado?
probably. But here's no. Let me tell you why. Okay, that's kind of they pulling the Tobin here. She probably had surgery with Stedman and Aspen. Okay, and the rehab was probably there, so that's how she got caught up in Colorado, Denver sports.
I think if Mike McDaniel wanted to, he could be the biggest Denver Nuggets fan, but he has left them for the Miami Dolphins.
You would
for
love
the
for him
Miami
to be
Heat.
the biggest Denver Nugget fan.
Me? No. I'm happy. Listen, I was proud of Mike McDaniel yesterday. It may be a political answer, but you want to know something? It's good to learn politics at a young age. So he's out here supporting Erik Spoelstra. Because, it'd be awkward if you were rooting against the Denver Nuggets. And, really, so, you're new coach in town, and you're going to – because in a lot of ways, look, I know Pat Riley's the godfather, but Spo's the OG coach. He's top dog in this town, right? If you're a new coach, you gotta bow to Spoelstra a little bit, right?
You just have to acknowledge. You don't have to bow down.
All right. So I looked up the celebrities in Denver.
Yep.
Judy Collins.
Who's that?
Exactly.
I have no idea.
Naomi Grossman.
Huh?
Exactly. Isaac Slade. No.
This is crazy. They don't got anybody?
Adam McKay. I've heard the name.
Okay.
Brandy Ledford.
Hmm.
You want to know who's the most famous person from Denver?
Who?
Kristen Cavallari. I think Jay Cutler's wife. She might have
Oh,
been
yeah.
from Denver.
Ex-wife, I believe.
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife. I'm sorry. Excuse. You're right. You're right, Jay Fig. Yes.
What about Jay Cutler?
No, Jay Cutler's
Does he
not
rock with Chicago?
Well, apparently now
famous
he is
celebrities
hunting
that live in
bears.
Denver. Now, the famous celebrities that live in Denver.
Okay.
Tom Cruise.
He's famous.
Lindsey Vonn.
Okay.
Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. Ringo Starr. Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Ringo Starr. How old is Ringo Starr?
I don't
Ringo
care.
Starr's not going to a Nuggets game.
Oprah Winfrey.
All right.
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
But they have a place there. They don't live there.
They're not Nuggets fans.
They're gonna be there.
Maybe they'll utilize it this time.
Caleb Martin said J. Cole's going to go to one of these games. He founded Caleb Martin for the Heat. So, but I figure everybody's going to want to go to the Miami games, right?
Oh, come on.
you know,
Man. It's gonna be crazy out
I
there.
mean, how much could one love weed and altitude?
I mean, you could have love, weed, and cocaine out here.
Why are you looking at me like that?
What? He's right. Weed and
Yeah, like
altitude.
what? I mean, those are the attractions.
He's not lying.
Snow,
Really?
weed. That's what you like. What else are you going to Colorado for?
Family?
Family.
I got family in.
Minus
Oh, you have
one.
family in Colorado.
Yeah.
Okay, but like I'm saying, as a tourist,
My godparents lived in. And
The sand dunes.
there's no sand dunes in Denver.
Well, actually, I don't know. My friend.
No.
No, because my friend lives in
Minus
Aurora,
one.
so I don't know. if it's
Aurora,
around there.
Colorado.
Aurora.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey,
I don't know where everything is there. Sorry.
No, you go. There's no sand dunes in Denver. You go. Oh,
are they going to throw up the Jokic brothers? It'd be like on courtside, the Jokic brothers. And they'll be there with their two tight
You
Ed
better
Hardy
clap.
t-shirts.
You better clap.
I'm not clapping.
You want problems. That's what you want.
Oh, look, it's Miami Heat. Remember us, buddy? I'm like, oh yeah, you're the guys who did nothing but tweet.
You know what? Tell me,
Smith
I
is
want you to
smart.
say that
You ready
too.
for this? This random ass stat is averaging 5.1 poops per second.
Didn't he write that like 2 hours ago?
Well, he's just catching up.
No, it's 1 o'clock.
What?
That's
So you're reading a
1:05.
comment from one. Yeah, that's 45 minutes
I'm
ago.
scrolling down.
You're trying to catch up.
Yeah.
I think you're trying to tune me out for the rest of the day. I don't appreciate it.
I tried tuning you out. After
I don't
hours,
understand
too.
why though, dude. We're
Why?
like, we're a tandem. I know we're same Z's on the NBA finals. We agree with each other.
Why? Let me ask you a question then.
Yeah.
Why do you go out of your way to aggravate the hell out of me?
I don't. We're just on a different page when it comes to Dalvin Cook. I'm not saying you don't make good points. I just disagree with him.
Because you don't care. You just want the name.
That's right.
Even if it makes no sense.
Doesn't matter.
Uh-oh.
Just trying to have some fun, baby.
Somebody went deep.
Who went deep? Segura?
No, I think it's sack fly.
Oh, sack fly. Yeah.
All right. So fish
Well,
on
no, it can't be. He tried it like it was
ground rule double.
No. Wendell tied. It wasn't Wendell who was hitting.
All right. 1-0 fish. Bottom of the third.
And 1 out. Yep.
This baseball flies now, dude. It's almost third innings, almost over. Crazy. All right. Good for them. Get 2 out of 3 from the Padres. Keep it rolling for the fish.
Which
Yeah.
is crazy. 2 out of 3 from the Padres. They got the most expensive team other than New York and the Dodgers.
Marlins aren't shook by anybody. That's not the Braves or the Mets. That's how it's been this year so far, man.
But that's what sucks. It's your own damn division.
Yeah, they got some time. They got some time to get things going. That's all. Don't worry about it. We'll get Sandy right. Then they won't know what hit him.
Wow. Boy, they're really hard on the Celtics.
Dude, why are you paying attention to their show?
Huh?
Why are you paying attention to that bum show?
Because you
All right, well, we got predictions for tonight. What's
I mean,
going
I
on?
already
Game
predicted.
one.
You already
We're talking about this. No,
You already have played top 5 defense against me all day.
No, that's not true.
Really?
You're not even looking at me. Like, how's that for defense? What are you doing? Prevent?
Yeah. 2 deep coverage, shell. My linebackers are playing deep. Yeah.
But why?
Well, because it's you.
But I don't understand. Like, you can't just ignore me the rest of the show.
Hold on, let me ask you. Sure, I can. 3 minutes. Hey, let me ask you a question. At no point in time do you go out of your way to make sure you get me. And then when you get me, you fist pump.
Never.
Tobin.
No, we have a partnership here, dude. I'm not trying to aggravate you out of
We could have a partnership.
-1.
It still don't mean that sometimes periodically I want to beat the brakes off of you.
You know,
Right? That don't change.
We're just trying to
You
have
my
some,
guy though. You
trying to have some fun, baby.
just want to have fun.
Yeah.
You think fun is the big name?
Why are you packing up?
I'm just putting my We got any more news briefs or?
Yeah, the news brief is the Heat are kicking the Nuggets' ass tonight. That's the news brief.
Okay.
You got them winning game 1.
Hell yeah.
You, Leroy?
I'll take the Heat game 1 because that's
That's what they do.
right.
You know what they do
as well.
They
But I
have-
think. But here's the deal.
they come and hit them right
Here's
in
the
the snot
deal.
box.
I think the level that you have to go with this is going to have to exceed anything you've done in previous rounds, and not because it's the finals, but because I think if you shut certain guys on this team down, it goes a long way, right? And I think there's a couple of guys who are only good if the team is doing well. And so I want the Heat to take advantage of that. Take advantage of the fact that you come out and play hard and kind of set the tone while not allowing all their others to get too comfortable. You ain't gonna stop Jokic. And you're probably not gonna really stop Jamal Murray.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
What do you think? What do you think Jokic has
tonight?
Yeah.
Will they be rusty?
Good question. I say no. I think they'll probably argue that after they lose. Oh, we were rusty. You know, that's excuses. Excuses are just the banter of the week.
So no, answer the question.
What is he gonna have tonight? I give him 24, 12, and 6.
Wait, excuses is the banter of the what?
The week.
Hey,
I'm gonna let you go with that because the show just ended.
Yeah.
But nobody makes excuses for his teams like you.
What do you mean? Well, what excuses have I made? How many excuses have I had to have? I mean, they're in the finals.
I mean, Scott Foster was an excuse.
When?
You do preemptive strikes.
We're 2-1.
So
versus
you
Scott
were
Foster.
you were all. Oh, here we go. You see what the league is trying to do?
Didn't
They
mention-
put Scott Foster
Didn't
in
mention clock. Didn't mention Scott Foster.
because the team was up 20.
Doesn't matter.
That's why.
Still won.
Oh my goodness.
Still won.
This guy. Hey. Never mind.
This guy's good, man.
He's good.
He's good. He's really good.
He's good.
A harbinger of wiggle room.
Misfortune and Goosey's.
Talk to you guys tomorrow. Go Heat.
I know it is. Before I get to my point quickly, this is the new remix on Leroy. I'm sorry, Leroy. It's like a truck backing up after it was going to go on its course.
You know what? Mark that. I like that.
Oh, he's still backing up.
Yeah, he's back up. He's on the bus with us.
I
now.
like it. I like it. And Stephen A. Smith said he was going to lead off his show yesterday discussing this. And to which I would say, I hear Stephen A. Smith's opinions on a lot of things. I do.
I don't want to hear his opinion on breast milk.
Rats off the ship on here and Stephen A.
Breast
Smith
milk.
talking
I want
about.
to know what he has to say.
I mean, just the way he would
Rats off the
enunciate
ship.
lactation.
All the things going on in the world, and this man is asking questions about lactation.
Now,
The unmitigated gall of this man to have this conversation on social media.
See, this is why I would want to see.
No wonder he wasn't focused on stopping Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I would love to see that. There's calcium.
Leroy.